Yo, yo, yo.
Hard hour to your left.
Happy Tuesday.
Nice. Epic with the birds. Getting all kinds of fun out of it. Good sound effects too.
Come on.
That was lucky. Yeah. Flip. Get it. Get it. Just a little more. Nice. Coming close. Definitely got the most out of that.
What's going on, everybody?
Right around that guy.
How you all doing?
Yeah, take it in. Take it in. Yeah.
Getting ready to come to you
Right
guys.
to the sand. Whoa.
Hello, ABC Jenny. Oop, that thing.
Welcome to the Blind Surfer Show.
Now, normally, I would go to my side view camera, but as usual, as I keep complaining about, it's always like 1,005 degrees in here. Hi, how you doing? The camera keeps overheating in here, so I'm gonna keep that one in the off position for the moment. Ooh, what was that noise? That didn't sound good. Yo, I got you guys in my text in my left ear, but I want to hear you on the stream. Where do I have to press here?
The blind husband.
There we go. R.I.P. Dolly Parton. I did hear that news today. I'm pretty good. Let's see if I can get the text to speech working. It should be working. Well, I can hear you in one ear. Hey, y'all, what's going on? Why won't it start playing? Oh, you know what? Give it a. Yeah, it's going pretty good. Trying to talk to you guys. I'm here. Hold on a second. Let me grab this and then.
Show TTS controls.
Hold on. I'm gonna grab this thing. I'm gonna go. Show TTS controls. Skip to current message. Repeat message. There we go. Oh no! It went to my. It went into my earbud. Well, let's see if we can get this going. I'm gonna unplug.
What's going on?
There we go.
Also, had you heard of the Loud House before? One of the characters.
Hold on. I got so many voices talking to me all at once. Gotta kill that one. I'm gonna kill this one, and then I'll be able to hear you guys and talk to you guys. You know, it's been like 4 days since I've done this. I get a little.
Says, have the storms come to your place?
No storms. It's just 8,000 degrees around here. There we go. I did it. And there's Skylar right on cue.
Happy thoughts. Happy thoughts.
I didn't come here to complain today. I came here to have fun. So hopefully we can all do that. Have a good time. I know I was a little maniacal in the messages of my videos today, but don't worry. I didn't come here to yell at anybody. Why does my microphone keep doing that? Oh, the pop stopper isn't in the right place. All right, here we go. I got this working. Let's see. Hold on. I gotta press. What button do I press? I press this one, and then I press this one.
Master45 says, let's go Pete. That's my dad's name.
Spazmaster? Oh, Pete is your
let's
dad's
have
name.
big fun. We are ready.
Yes, I'm working on
Mad
it.
Honker says, how is it going, sir?
Hey, Mad Honker.
Damn.
Ooh,
96 on Twitch said, let's have big fun.
Yes.
We are ready.
there we go. That's the Pete voice, the Pete text-to-speech
Mad
voice.
Honker on Twitch said, how's it going, sir?
It goes, Mad Honker. That's pretty funny. I do.
And Brett Ip on YouTube said, I saw your newest video. I was thinking, what if I make video thumbnails for you for free? It's fine if you don't want to.
I mean, the thing is, I wasn't going to get into that. I didn't want to get into that. But the whole point...
Mad. Honker on
Mad.
Twitch said it was 116 today in middle of nowhere,
What?
Texas.
Are you kidding me? That is crazy
At
temperature.
Starfire8742 on YouTube. Said hello PE again, Pete LOL.
Hello, PE again? Hold on, I'm going to get into that in a second, but I did add one thing to this.
At Starfire8742. 42 on YouTube said hello again, Pete.
Hello again, Pete. So I added a more like serious version of my voice. There's apparently two voices available for
The
me
blind
now.
husband on Twitch said, I can make some AI generated thumbnails for you. Then
That
at
one-
least you didn't do it.
That
I
one-
took the job away from the artist.
You took the job away from the artist. I don't like that.
At your all. Sick on YouTube said, I want a tattoo of Bowser surfing with a double neck guitar, winking with his sunglasses lowered and a weed leaf behind that.
I mean,
Do you
that's-
think I should get it?
Yeah, that sounds like a pretty sick tattoo. I don't like that voice at all. I'm getting rid of that one. So I fed it. This is why AI voices are no good. I fed it a trailer read. Like I did a straight up like in theaters this Friday, coming to a theater near you. One man against the world. You know, like something. I did like an actual trailer read, and then it decided to feed me that like. Oh, that just sounded creepy. I didn't like the way they did that. The person offering to do the art, I wasn't going to get into this today. I was going to try and think happy thoughts, like you guys said. The point is to try and be, for me, as independent as possible. That's what I'm trying to prove to the whole world. I don't need to prove it, I guess. I'm trying to show everybody out there, even though you are disabled or I'm disabled or, whatever, you know what I mean? The point is that I've got a disability, and I'm trying to show the world that even though I've got a disability, I can do all this stuff. So to me, I don't want to get into this. It's got quickly. We're not going to, the whole show is not going to be about this. To me, the advent of that technology that allows me to grab a thumbnail and then tell the technology, fix this thumbnail and make it something that people want to look at. Now, I'm not using it to do generative things. We're not like trying to create this whole thing that didn't happen. I just want, if I grab a thumbnail and I happen to be like, doing this, I want it to move me so it looks like I'm doing this. Like that's it. That's all. And I feel like I should be allowed to do that. But all the crazy hate I'm getting over the weekend and today and everything, you're taking jobs away from her. I'm trying to just show you that using some find a way attitude and a little bit of technology and find a way to do different things, do things differently, that yes, I can do this all by myself. It's me, it's Petey the Penguin, it's Sam the Chicken, and I run this entire channel by myself. Now, the people that have offered to do free thumbnails for me, that's great. But now I've got to involve you in this whole channel, and it's something that I can't do on my own, which I find frustrating. Also, I don't want to have to be beholden to someone else's schedule. If I decide that I want to do a live on Monday morning, I don't want to hit you up at 5:35 in the morning and be like, hey, whip up a quick thumbnail for me. I'm not going to get into this unless you guys want to keep talking about it. I'm not going to get into any further. The video is out there today. The comments are driving me mildly mad. So we'll talk about
Admis
some.
Davman says rest in peace, Dolly Parton.
Yeah, that's what's funny is I've been getting fed a lot of her stuff on social media
Midland
lately.
husband says no. We're good, brother. Move on.
Like, okay, good. I'm
At Dank MF
happy to
Angel
move on.
says hey guys.
What's up, Dank
At
MF
your all
Angel?
six says nice. I
Nice.
respect that.
All right, thank you. I appreciate that.
AstrawGamer27 says great video on the AI usage video.
Well, I thought I explained myself pretty well. Oh, you know what? I should probably, before I
At
forget,
Starfire 8742 says but AI has its uses for people like you, Pete, and RIP Dolly Parton.
let's make the thumbnail.
420 says said hi.
Let's make the thumbnail for
At
the
Sarah Cam
Wednesday
7808 says
show.
hey everyone. Hey
Hey,
Pete.
Sarah. Hey, what's going on? All right, so, this is how we do the thumbnails now. And since Brooks and Banana are going to be here tomorrow, we'll just say
At Terminate
Brooks
1
and
says hey
Banana
Sarah.
will be here. So this is I want to get this done before I forget, and then I don't have a thumbnail. So tricky thing is I can't, I don't know if this marker works. There was one that was working and one that wasn't. So let's say for tomorrow's show, I'm going to write BROOKS and let's see. Will be here. And I'll do an arrow. Okay. So hopefully that's legible. Now, let's put this in my pocket. That's the reason I screwed up, is because I didn't put it in my pocket last time. I forgot where it was. So at
6:04 p.m.
6:04 p.m. Gonna remember, 6:04 p.m. This is my thumbnail for the next one. And then I realized I was holding it out of the frame last time. So let's see, 6:04 p.m. And I'm going to hold this up. And it's saying that Brooks and Banana will be here. Hopefully it's legible. Hopefully it's on the thing. Hopefully I didn't write on the black thing. And then I'll give it a big smile. I'll point to it too. So there's an arrow and I'll be pointing. So this is my thumbnail. Ready? Should I do it with my glasses off? Then you can see my eyes. Ready? Just for a second. Ready? There we go. We just made a thumbnail. Now, hopefully that's legible. Let me put this on. Maybe you guys can tell me if you could.
2021, what's good?
What's good? I'm just
Jack
working.
says I just watched the video you made about this.
just working on thumbnails with you guys.
Said hi.
Hi, what's going
At
on?
Mimic Rocky Scrolls says hi Pete.
What up, Mimic Rocky
At
Scrolls?
Terminate1 says sup Matea.
Mateo, what's going
At
on?
Man Lalo says it is.
All right, good. So that's
At Mimic
legible.
Rocky Scrolls says little more right.
A little more right.
Cam
Which way is
96 says
right?
very beautiful.
Well, I mean,
At
hopefully it
Man
was in
Lalo says it's readable.
Hopefully, I mean, I don't know if
Kiki
my...
Violin says your handwriting is better than mine. What in the world? Pete. At Dan MF Angel says your handwriting is better than most adults I know. Lol.
That's kind of funny.
At
I'm told
Reddit
that
says
my...
perfecto.
All right, good. I'm told that my handwriting... Oop, let's see what this is. It's the first super chat of the evening.
At
Sounds like...
SarahCam7808 tip $3 through Super Chat. Hey there, Pete and everyone.
Hello, everyone. Wow, thanks for just popping in to say hi. Super chats will get your message read out loud, just like one of my favorite people in the whole wide world, Sarah, right there. And that's on YouTube. If you want to be on Twitch, it's 200 bits or more. Thanks for coming in, saying hi. All the regulars that are there: Sarah, Matea, Dank MF Angel, LT, Blind Husband. The morning crew is not usually. Who's that? Officer Lenovo. We usually have Abdullah in the morning. But happy to have any new people if you want to pop in. This is the madness. This is what we do. I listen to your messages. Let's see if I can let's put up the regular, less creepy version of Pete. It still takes like 30.
4V Creek on TikTok said, if you're blind, how are you reading the chat?
Just like that, you genius TikTok
At Mimic
person.
Rocky Scrolls on YouTube said, I know my username is kind of long.
It's not as bad as the PF. Whoa.
Maddie Brown just redeemed blind guy
Angel,
taste
3 fries.
test.
Oh,
Time for Pete to grab a goodie from the bucket.
blind guy taste test right off the bat. I went downstairs and I actually, believe it or not, I ate something that was not candy for a change. Oh, and there's a follow on YouTube. Love all the action that's going on tonight. Appreciate that. We will do a blind guy taste test. Ready for it?
It's time now for a blind guy taste test.
So, if you follow me on Twitch, you earn channel points just by watching me. You don't have to do anything. You just sit there and watch. What is that? Oh, it's a I found my other marker. Yay! I put it in the bin. That was smart. I put the marker in where the food goes. And if you get 4,000 channel points, you can make me do a taste test. You can make me use a voiceover voice. You can do just the text-to-speech. That feels like someone stepped on it, so I don't know what that's going to be. So I actually ate something before I came upstairs that wasn't candy, believe it or not. Banana went to Costco and bought a whole pile of fruit, which is so hard to get when you're is this already eaten? Oh crap, I keep putting things already eaten back in here. These are those are the Harry Potter Haribos, Haribo, I think. It smells like it. I want something new. What else is it? I'm starting to run low on stuff in here. Oh, I haven't opened this yet. Have I not? No, I've not opened this yet. And there's also Pop Rocks in there, which if these end up being a dud, I want some Pop Rocks. At least it feels like Pop Rocks. Ow, what just fell on me? Oh, my water bottle. Injury by water bottle. Let's see, I'll put you guys back up as I try and... What is this? I can't actually figure out what this
Haunted Court
is.
says Harry Bose. Yeah, that's how I say it.
Well, I'm not going to trust the text lady. Haribo. I wish I could figure out what the front is here. I don't know. So it's either this, either that side, or possibly this side. And I will open it up and try and figure out what I am
Haunted Court
tasting.
says I typed Harry and Bose.
Harry Bose. Haribo. There you go. Harry and Bose. That works. Getting the text.
Saracom 7808 says right the first time.
Well, now I forget what the first time was.
Definigian says Harry Bose.
Haribo.
Terminate1 says Pete.
Hey,
I
Dan.
decided to not ask her out because the odds simply weren't in my favor and it's clear that the most she sees me is a friend. At
All
least acquaintances
right.
but not lover material.
Lover material.
At
That's
Dan MF Angel says Skittles.
Is it? I haven't
At
tried yet.
Kiki Violin says this would be a cool merch idea. A blind snack box.
Ooh, these
A
aren't just
Stargamer
Skittles.
27 says Skittles in your hands.
Yeah, but they're not just Skittles. Ooh, I just blew your speakers out. Sorry about that. There's a gummy middle.
Fiddlin' Husband says you got this lover boy Danny.
Is this, did I? These are cool Skittles.
At Mimic Rocky Scrolls says what happened to the Pete that was reading the chat?
He went away.
Sassy MD Leo says my friend types me messages knowing that voiceover will read it a specific way.
Yeah, a lot of my friends do that
Angel
for me
3
too.
Fry says Super Skittles.
Soup, but they're
At
not
Reddit
just,
says that's fine. I
these
was
are
just curious.
these
Sorry
are
for
so
bringing
good.
it up.
I don't know what you brought
At
up.
Sarah
but
Cam
I don't think I was mad.
7808 says I think it's Skittle gummies.
These are
At
so
Man
good.
Lalo says what's the P.O. box number?
All right. If you want to mail something, 300 Carlsbad Village Drive, Suite 108A, number 278, Carlsbad, California, 92008. I don't think you're going to remember all that, but you could time code this. You could be like, hey, at
6:10 p.m.
6:10 p.m. Pete gave me this, or just go to any one of my Blind Guy unboxing videos. The address is in there. These are, so it's hard on the outside. Then it's got the, man, this thing's delicious. And it's got like the regular gummy stuff, or regular like Skittle stuff on the inside.
Voicemail from 443-750.
Oh, someone left me. Whoa.
Text lady. Bank of America.
At Andrew Parker 318 tipped $5 through Super Chat. I'm gonna be a responsible adult and just quickly say hi, Pete, and then get back to my homework.
Okay. Well, thank you, Andrew Parker. I appreciate that. That's very nice of you.
At Made Jazz Brown tipped $5 through Super Chat. Gooey centered giant Skittles.
Okay, so I was just about to ask Andrew. Thank you very much. I feel like you can leave me on in the background. I shouldn't be too distracting. Just some background noise as you're doing your homework. I used to listen to, when I was in high school, I used to listen to afternoon replays of Howard Stern while I was doing my homework. Maybe I would have done a little better in school if I wasn't listening to Howard Stern, but that's what I did. And Matea, so gooey centered. I've never had these before. And they are, I gotta say, I like these quite a bit. These are pretty good. I
At
would.
714 Pyro says download Rips by Triumph Fuse code. Nernigu.
Oh, get
free
out of here!
$10.
I wonder what if a mod can't find that person, I'll find that person. I can do it. I can get rid of you. Don't come in here and sell stuff. I can't even sell anything. I'm trying to sell some soap to people, but I think I've maxed out. So hopefully that person goes away. Hold on, let me. I can put the let's see. I think I can put the Pete reading the messages back up. But if the Pete voice starts doing a commercial, I'm just gonna have to charge someone. I'm gonna have to charge myself royalties for that. All right, I'm gonna have one more of these things because they're effing delicious. And then I'll get back.
At Caleb, 202 on YouTube said yo.
Jeez, all that username I
At
just
Nook
said, yo.
KDVN on YouTube said,
What did you say? I don't know
at
what you
Mimic
said.
Rocky Scrolls on YouTube said, what's your fave food or candy?
Oh my god. The gummy middle of this thing is pretty damn
At
delicious.
Matasia's Brown on YouTube said, Night Danny.
Matasia's. Oh.
At Sarah Cam 7808 on YouTube said, good night, Danny.
Good night, Danny. Good night, Danny. Hold on, let's pause that. Clear out the queue. So two things I'll address. Danny not asking the girl out. I did tell him that he probably knew if the girl would or wouldn't go out with him. As he referred to it, didn't see him as a lover. That's such a weird terminology. You're going to be my lover. And I guess he's made the determination that she just sees him as a friend. That could be a smart move. If you felt like it was a 50-50, I'd say ask the girl out. If you feel like it's a 70-30 and you're in like a high school situation and she sees you as a friend and then you ask her out and then she's like, hee, can you believe that Danny asked me out? I guess that could be bad. You got to weigh your odds. Second person asked me my, God, these things are addictive. The Skittles things I'm eating right now. I was trying to think of my favorite candy. Well, let's see if the Pete voice, I'm thinking of my favorite candy as I try and do this. I think the one I'm like most addicted to, if it's
Sassy_MD_Leo from TikTok said, what song has been your song of the summer? At Mimic Rocky Scrolls from YouTube said, he does have a nice voice.
That's really
At
fun.
Danielson 223 from YouTube said, blind guy unboxing.
Yeah, blind guy unboxing. So this voice, the reason I'm
At Mimic
alternating,
Rocky Scrolls from YouTube said, maybe later in the stream.
the reason I'm alternating between voices is the Pete voice, the one that's in
At
AI.
Mimic Rocky Scrolls from YouTube said, Peter Goodwingman.
What? The version of my voice actually costs me every time I use it. So I mean, it's not a lot, but I've only got so much in the account to use it. So I'll use that one sparingly. That one is costs less. Oh no, I'm getting a message. I hope I'm not supposed to be doing work.
Messages. Now, Sarah Cam. Pete and mods. Remove that person from vertical. Button.
Oh, thank you. Okay. There was thank you for taking care of that. There was the person that was trying to do. I had a feeling they were in YouTube vertical. It's always YouTube vertical. You guys are the problem children. If you're in YouTube vertical and you're like actually like this stream and you actually like hanging out and you really want to be a part of the community, I would suggest going over to the horizontal version or coming on over to TikTok. The horizontal vertical is like, it's like, I mean, it is a large number of people that come through there, but I feel like it's like where all the chaos is. Hold on. I was talking about my favorite candy. Oh, and the voices. This voice, when I put this up on the screen, this one's entirely free. Probably the least fun sounding voice if it decides to feel like playing. The Pete one costs me a few bucks every stream, and that weird Australian or
At Mimic
Irish.
Rocky Scrolls says my fav candy is gummy bears.
See, gummy bears are pretty good. Here's one for you. Mix gummy bears with cherries. I've told people about this before, and no one's written back to me.
At the MF Gamer is here says we love you.
What up, MF Gamer? That's a cool name. How's it going? If you
Charlie
take
730,513 says how do you know when you woke up?
That's a stupid question. Stupid question. Any gummy bear, anyone. Honestly, I feel like the white one, the clear one is pretty good. Those are always good flavor. If you eat one of those and you pop a cherry in your mouth, don't forget to, not eat the seed, but that is like the greatest combination of food ever. Now there's a million different candies that I like. A lot of people always ask me like, what's my favorite one? I mentioned that I happen to like whatchamacallits. Do not send any more. I've still got like 40 of them downstairs. I appreciate it. Thank you. The candy that I'm most addicted to, like I love chocolate. I'm a big chocolate guy. I like toffee. I like nougat. I like, all that stuff, and a Snickers and a Twix and a Kit Kat and all those candies. But, I wouldn't eat more than one Twix, or Twix come in two. I wouldn't eat more than like one king-sized Snickers bar. Toblerone is pretty effing awesome. I remember I used to get those like at the theater when I went to the theater when I was a kid. You get the triangle shaped thing, the Toblerone. But again, you could eat like half of one of those and be like, okay, that's a lot. I have like a mental problem with the sour, or what are they called? Sour Patch Kids watermelons. Like those things I just have a straight up problem with. If someone gives me a bag of those, I have to have it like taken out of my hand. Like, please remove these. I can't stop eating them. I do it all the time where I throw it.
At MF Angel says left or right side of Twix. At the MF Gamer is here says I could eat infinite candy corn.
Ew, candy corn is
Lalo
horrible.
says I don't understand why jelly beans are hated. It's one of the best candies.
Jelly beans are pretty good. Ew, that was candy corn. Candy corn's nasty. I just feel like I'm eating like plastic when I eat candy corn. I do remember when I could see when I was a little kid and I'd get candy corn at Halloween time. How does it go? It's like, what is it? White, orange, green? Is that it? White, orange, green, I think. Whatever the colors are. I used to bite off, I could see I'd bite off the little white part, and then I'd bite the white, orange, yellow. That's what it is. It goes white, then orange, and then you bite off the orange. You try and be as precise as possible, and then you look at the yellow and you're like, there's just a little streak of orange in there. It's like how precise you could get. And I would try and tell myself that the three different colors tasted different, but in retrospect, it was like trying to figure out if three different crayons tasted different. Those are bad. And who hates jelly beans? Nobody hates jelly beans. I like a nice thing of Jelly Belly jelly beans. Somebody sent me a whole bag full of just blue raspberry
Love
jelly
says
beans.
Mr. Menshirt, heck yes.
Those are pretty fantastic.
Fargano
I
says
dig
Pete
those.
strawberries I obsesses about it. At
Strawberries?
Starfire 8742 says whoever can eat an infinite amount of candy corn, that's really weird.
Yeah, that is.
At Sarah Cam 7808 says lots of fun ways to get diabetes.
Yeah, that's true.
At
That is true.
Run says I think I'll send another 3-pound bag of Sour Patch watermelons.
That was you last
At
time. I know what
Starfire
it was.
8742 says LOLEE me too.
And she's not kidding. It was literally 3 pounds as far. It was a massive bag, and I was like, oh no, how am I ever gonna not eat all this stuff? It was so much Sour Patch watermelons, and they
At
were
the
so
MF
good.
Gamer is here from YouTube said jelly beans are so amazing.
I mean,
Admin Man Lol from YouTube said at Sarah Cam 7808 that's true lol.
do you guys
At
like that
Water2J
voice?
from YouTube said hello Pete and everybody in the chat.
Hello, everybody
Peter
in the
Gustin's
chat.
robot from Twitch
Oh,
said if you're
I
not
don't wanna hear
already
my
following
robot.
Pete on Twitch,
All right.
do it now to earn channel
Shut up,
points.
robot.
Trigger
I don't want to hear. Like, I wonder which voice you guys like listening to. I know I've basically driven Banana completely crazy, making her listen to robot voices all the time. That's why when she comes in here on Wednesdays, I have to like prepare her. I'm like, there are going to be robot voices. Like she's like triggered by robot voices because she hears them all the time, like all the time. That one, the thing I like about the one that you were just hearing, the one with the accent, I really can't tell if she's Irish or Australian, but I like the fact that one identifies what platform the person is on. The other one, the really robotic one, that one's just kind of like dumb and simple and works. And then there's of course the Pete voice, which is kind of fun, but I have to use it sparingly because I don't
At
want to.
the MF Gamer is here on YouTube, said the others a bit faster.
I mean,
At Matajas Brown on YouTube said, freeze-dried candy corn is actually delicious.
actually, the freeze-dried candy corn is not bad.
At Meme Man Low 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 on YouTube said, it's too monotone.
Yeah, I mean, all the voices are kind
At
of
Brody
monotone.
Huggins, J8K on YouTube said, when is your favorite song by Arrow?
You thinking Aerosmith, or is there a band
The Blind
called
Husband on
Arrow?
Twitch said, I like the Samantha voice. I got used to that.
Yeah, I think it's
Haunted Corpse on Twitch said Australian for sure.
Okay, well, geez, now everybody has like everybody's
Tam96 on Twitch said, are there Milky Way fans here? Never seen one.
Milky Way. I mean, that's talk about a boring candy. Like if you're at the vending machine, and I'm assuming you meant Milky Way instead of Milk Way. God, I feel I'm gonna have to do a poll at one point because people are like, I like that one, but there's this delay going on. So I'll have to like put up the three voices and be like, which one do you like? Like the Australian Irish one. I mean, they're all monotone. Like, I don't know. It's hard to win because, I mean, honestly, they're just all stupid robot voices to me. But like, if you're at a vending machine and you see Milky Way, like, who is going for that? That really is like the most boring of the candies. That's like Candy Light, like generic candy. And Mateo was saying the freeze-dried candy corns, freeze-dried Skittles are really good. Any freeze-dried candy is good. There was a whole period when I was doing like a very large series of blind guy taste tests, and I got a lot of freeze-dried food sent to me, and I realized that basically anything freeze-dried kind of tastes amazing, except there was one exception. There was one thing.
Later soon, have a fantabulous day.
You have a fantabulous day.
1977 says, I love Milky Way stars.
What are Milky Way stars? Is that a thing?
At
Never even heard of that.
Speedy says me, I love Milky Ways.
All right. Well, I
At
mean,
the MF Gamer is here says, I'm picking like Snickers over Milky Way.
yeah, Snickers over
At
Milky
Kalina
Way
Emrys
all
says, I
day.
love Milky Way. They're called Galaxy Bar in England.
Oh, that's funny. I
At
didn't know
Mimic
that.
Rocky Scrolls says, bye, have a great day.
Bye. Thanks for
At
stopping
Reddit says,
by.
how about whatchamacallit?
Yeah, whatchamacallit is a fantastic. Hold on, I think I threw one in here because I was planning on doing. Remember how I got hosed last week? Twitch said they were going to front page me, and then they didn't. They said they're going to make it up to me, but I was thinking
At
if I
Sarah
was.
Cam 7808 says, I'm pretty sure Milky Way was created for money laundering because there's no way that anyone actually eats them.
Right? Exactly. Where's the whatchamacallit? I don't know. It's in here somewhere. Oh, I bet you
At
that's it.
IM250 says, I like Pirate's Booty over candy.
Ooh, Pirate's Booty is pretty good. And I am 250. You've been
At
putting
Angel
some.
says, my parents like them, Sarah lol.
You've been putting some thoughtful comments in the chat section. I appreciate you listening to my rants and taking my points of view into perspective and hearing what I have to say. Unlike some people who watch my, don't worry, Blind Husband, I'm not gonna get back into it. What I drop on me now? Some people who clearly watched like 30 seconds of my video today and they're like, yeah, but what you don't understand about AI is, I'm like, this is why I put the video up. Watch the whole thing. I was saying the one thing that if you freeze dry it, it's still not good. Did anybody want to take any guesses? There was a woman who mailed me like freeze dried, my butt's falling asleep. Freeze dried like everything. And it was like 30 different freeze dried things. And each one was like
You're
better
just
than the
watchers.
last one. Like, this is good. This is good.
Starfire 8742 says, yeah, I know you've got a whole box of whatchamacallits on one blind guy unboxing that was really impressive.
Yeah, I still
At
got a bunch of those.
J4Y says, do you like Nutella? At
No.
IM250 says, you're welcome.
Surprisingly, I don't like
Says, I
Nutella.
absolutely love Milky Way, but admitted.
Oops, sorry. I didn't mean to cut you short. Yeah, I thought I would like Nutella. Before I came out to San Diego, one of the last things I did in Boston was I went to this place on the waterfront of the South Shore of Massachusetts. Hey, my fly's up today. I had to change. And they had a crepe station where they were making like made to order crepes, and I heard that they had Nutella, and I'd really never had it before. This is like 11 years ago. I'd have never had it before, and I was like, ooh. Like, I want some, what did I do with my phone? I want some Nutella in my crepe, and it kind of ruined it. Like, it kind of did. Like, I like crepes with like a little bit of chocolate, and like if you could put some like strawberries or blueberry, like some sort of berry in there, and maybe put some whipped cream on top. But let's see what this is. Let's hear what this is.
At Made Jazz Brown took $5 through Super Chat. The 7-pot pepper freeze-dried ice cream.
Yeah, I mean that was. Oh, that's a good guess. That is a good get. That's actually probably more accurate. But I will tell you, I said, what is the worst freeze dried thing that didn't make it better? And she's talking about the freeze dried ice cream sandwich that had 7 pot primo pepper in it, which I had Brooks Google it for me last week, is the 6th hottest pepper in the world. Which, like, the more that I think about it, the more effed up that was that someone sent that to me. Like, you don't give someone one of the top 10 hottest peppers in the world unless you know that person is like good with hot stuff. And then the fact that they knew that I wouldn't even know that it was hot, like the more time that passes between when that happened and now, I'm like, man, that was totally effed up. But here's the reason I took a second bite of that thing is I bit into the ice cream sandwich. I'm like, hey, this is a pretty good freeze-dried sandwich. And then I took the second bite, and that's when like the heat, I mean, I'm sure you've all out there have had like heat, like, or something hot, it like explodes in your mouth. Don't take that out of context. The heat just kind of bursts and like starts catching you on fire slowly. I will say that the ice cream sandwich itself actually tasted pretty darn good. It was just the fact that it was laced with 7 pot primo pepper. But the thing that like did not help, like it did not, they freeze dried it and it was still gross, was olives.
At Dank MF Angel says, didn't he lick the devil's toe? At Christian Merton 4229 says Negars.
Let's get rid of that person if we could. I'll come back to the chat in a minute or so, and if that person is still there, I will. That's probably a YouTube Shorts person. Thank you all for being so awesome and making this thing super enjoyable for everybody. It's always cool. Like I said, I'll give you guys a minute to. I've got mods, obviously. All you're doing is getting yourself banned and looking like a dink. So I will, I'll come back to the chat in a second, but the devil's toe. Dank, good memory on you. Someone sent me the devil's toe, and I think it might've been Matea. And it was before, yeah, I think it was Matea. She told me it was before she knew that I didn't like hot stuff. And I can't remember how I knew. I think as soon as I took that thing out of the packaging, I'm like, this thing is hot. And I remember, and I'd already had the incident with the 7 pot primo ice cream sandwich, and so at that point I was asking, I didn't want to ruin the blind guy unboxing. I try and be as faithful to the process as possible, so I'm not like, hey, tell me what this is. I don't ask that. I say, can I taste this or not? And I got a no. Like Banana's like, no, or it might have been Nisha, whoever was here. They're like, don't, they're like, it's called the devil's toe, and it's this like ridiculously hot lollipop. And I was like, oh, all right. So I guess I will, forego that one. One time someone sent me, what was it, like garlic dipped Spanish caught fresh squid. And it was in the period of time when I was asking, like, can I eat it or not? And Banana's like, sure. And she kind of was like, uh-oh. And I was like, that doesn't sound very positive. And literally I opened it up and it just stank like garlic, and it didn't smell that fishy. It mostly smelled like garlic. And it was I mean, they didn't like fry the squid or anything. I feel like they just took a squid and like, I don't know, like drowned them or something. And they dipped it in garlic, and I took it out and it was just so squishy. It was so ridiculously squishy.
The blind husband just redeemed voiceover voice, activate. So it's time for Pete to break out his big voice, your most favorite memory before you left Boston.
Ooh, my most favorite memory before I left Boston. Huh. Oh, okay. I can do that. Let's, I gotta fire off to here, and then, so I'll tell you the story of right before I left Boston, if I can get the music to play. Is this it? The winter of 2015 was so bad. There was so much snow. I decided, why the hell am I still here? I'm trapped in the house half the year. I spend 3 months of my life shoveling, and all I'm doing is digging out Banana's car. I don't even drive. So finally, we decided to move to San Diego, where there would be no shoveling. But in our last winter, before we decided to move, when I realized I would never be seeing snow again, I decided to go outside and make snowmen. November, I made a snowman. December, I made huge snowmen. 2 of them at the end of my driveway. And then I did it again, and again, and again, because that damn winter wouldn't stop snowing. Meanwhile, Superdog loved the snow. He'd run down the street full speed and crash into the snowbank at the end of the street, so hard and so fast that he'd disappear into the snow. He'd come barreling out, shaking himself off, and saying, "That was fun." Okay, he didn't say that was fun because he's a dog, but that's definitely what he was thinking. And every damn storm that came, I was like, "Banana, come on outside and make snowmen with me. This might be the last snowman we ever make." And she's like, "You said that last time, and the time before that, and the time before that, and the time before that." Finally, in early April, I made 2 more snowmen at the end of my driveway. I think I made like 34 or 36 of them that year, and I was kind of sick of it, but I didn't want to miss my last opportunity to make snowmen. And in mid-April, as the snowmen melted, and Superdog and I took our last walk in the woods, with remnants of snow still on the ground, I was like, now I'm totally sick of snowmen. I've had my fill. And that's the end of my snowman making history. There, how's that? Is that going? I feel like everything's better when you do it in a, you do it in a voiceover voice. The bounce back over here. So that's voiceover voice activate. When you watch me on Twitch, you earn points, and the blind husband redeemed 4,000 points to get me to tell you that story
awesome.
in a voiceover voice.
Woman 193 says, "I like yourself self-made artwork. Hope you have a good stream."
I'm trying to have a
Clint
good stream.
says, "Nice."
Thank you very much.
Atopia Plea on YouTube said hi.
Hi, how's it going?
I am 250 says impressive.
Thank you. It's I like
Man Lalo says clapping emoji.
Thank you. Appreciate that. I really thought, like, that whole year, I kept thinking, I was like, it's going to be fun. I'm going to do one more. Like, I don't want to, it's like the last time I'll ever get to do something. I had a feeling I wasn't.
MF Angel says, "I'm in Colorado. Last few winters have been so dry."
Really? Well, that was
one true
after I left out here, after I left and came to San Diego, I was like telling my family and friends, I'm like, I'm just sick of the snow. Like, I'm just tired of shoveling. I mean, we had like 118, 120 inches of snow that winter. And I'm like, this is just absolutely ridiculous. And, I don't drive. Like, I need the sidewalks to be clear if I'm going to get out. And I was literally trapped in my house for like 4 or 5 months that year, unless someone came and like took me out and like took me for a walk, to pick me up or something. I didn't really get to go anywhere. And it was just like, I was like, this is ridiculous. It was one of the handful of reasons I decided to move to San Diego. And everybody's like, yeah, I can see that. I can see why you'd want to get out of here. And then for like the next like 8 years, like it didn't snow anymore. I remember I sold my neighbor my snowblower. He's like, I haven't even had to use the thing like ever since you left. It was that last winter, 2015 going into 2016. It was just this brutal, terrible, never-ending winter. And then it never ever snowed again.
Mimic Rocky Scrolls thanks. I've had it for over 6 years and should have lasted for 6 weeks. So I will take your kind words.
Okay.
At the MF Gamer is here says that was beautiful.
Thank you. I'm a big, like, I always, like the one last one. I want to do the one last one.
At Sarah Cam 7808 says, "I'll take on a hurricane any day before I take on snow."
Hurricanes.
Rocky Scrolls says, "You're welcome."
Hurricanes are kind of, I don't want to say this for anybody that's like, I lost my house or my family in a hurricane, but I remember hurricanes in the 80s when we had them in Massachusetts. Hurricane Bob and Hurricane Gloria came through, and I remember we lost power. And to me, as a kid in the 80s, I was like, this is fun. Like we had to cook outside. We had to like put candles around, and I get it. It's not like if that happened to me now and I didn't have solar, I'd be kind of furious. I'd be like, I have work to do. And but as a kid, it was kind of like I kind of had a good time. And I remember whichever one was second, which I was a little bit older, and I was already into competitive sailing when the second hurricane came around. Me and my cousins, we took out performance racing sailing boats called lasers out onto a lake called the Mystic Lake. And at the tail end of the hurricane, when the winds were blowing pretty hard, we took the boats out and just screamed across the water. Those boats will plane if you get them going fast enough, and planing means that the bow of the boat comes out of the water, so it's literally just like the back third of the boat, and it's second closest to like being above the water, like hovercrafting above it. We just would go plane from one side to the other and then tack back upwind, then fly back. And I had a good time during those hurricanes. Now during a blizzard, not so much fun. You're just sitting at home waiting. All right, how long am I going to give it until I go out and shovel again? Is this enough? And then you shovel, and then like 2 hours later, you're like, oh, I got to go shovel again because I don't want to lift any more than is already on there. And there's like the heavy snow versus the light snow. And I get if you're a skier or snowboarder and like, when I'm adjusting my headphones because I feel like I'm yelling at myself, and you get to reap the benefits of the snow on the mountains, that's one thing. But mostly it's just like being stuck inside, places getting closed early, not going anywhere, and doing a ton of shoveling.
This
so
is
not
my
a
first
big,
live
huge.
I've ever seen on YouTube.
First live ever on all of
Angel
YouTube.
says I didn't see snow for the first time till I was almost 13.
Wow, that's kind of funny. We had a visitor out here. It's fun, like growing up in New England, as I did on
Edwin
the water.
Fisherman 27 says sorry I'm late. I was fishing.
That makes sense, blind fisherman. That's you do what you do. Sounds like that's what you do. Like growing up in Massachusetts in the Northeast, like I kind of experienced everything, all the different weathers. I got to experience lakes and ponds and ocean. We had a visitor out here. It was like 2 or 3 years ago. It was the first time she'd ever seen the ocean. She was like an adult. Oh, she was like a full-blown adult, and she'd never seen the ocean before. I'm like, that's crazy. Like, that's crazy to me that someone had never seen the ocean. Superdog had seen the ocean on the East Coast. Oh, I already told this story where I told you this one. He drank the water and then diarrheaed all over Banana's car. But, and then when he came out here, I think it was like in the back of his head, maybe remembered like that didn't go so well. So we used to take him down to the beach right behind my house here, and he'd kind of like tippy toe along the edge of the water. And when it came up near him, he'd bolt. He's like, it's coming to get me. There's a funny video that I have on YouTube. It's a long form video, one of my few long forms, called World's Biggest Lapdog. I believe we're celebrating Superdog's either 8th or 9th birthday in that video. And once or twice in the video, I believe, other people are narrating what's going on, he's like tippy-toeing by the edge of the water, and then it like comes to get him like it's hot lava, and he like dances away like a deer apparently gets away from the water. Steve also can't really stand the water, even though he's supposed to be a water dog with webbed feet. He's a big chicken about the water. But Skylar, who's like, this far off the ground, 9.5 pound fluffy white Malshi, when we take her down to the beach, that little goober lets the waves come up and like go right at her, and we're always afraid one's going to come and suck her back out. But she doesn't have a lot of fear.
At Chalmers 4 says La Peace.
La Peace. I don't know what that means.
At MyGiro 1977 says I've never seen an airport and an airplane close up, just once fly over.
Wow. Never
At
seen it.
MF Angel says tornadoes you can get away from though.
That sounds tricky. Those things can get a little squirrely and start coming at you. I've never lived in a place where there's tornadoes. I was driving.
True Maki says LOL. I have a black lat husky mix, and my ex and I took him and our son to the beach, and my silly dog thought a seal was another dog or something and leaped into the water and started swimming.
That's funny. Try to make friends with the seal.
Says after it lol.
Yeah, that's pretty funny. I've never been to a hurricane, but I was 17 years old, and I was driving from Rhode Island, all the way from Newport, Rhode Island to Long Beach, California. Well, I was a passenger, obviously. I never got my driver's license, but my cousin Mike and he had qualified as a skipper for the national championships of a sailing class called Snipes. And me and him, along with one of his friends named Andy, we drove a car all the way across the country. It was a van, and I think we were like in Missouri probably. And the craziest storm came through. It was a hailstorm just out of nowhere. You're driving along, it's big, bright and sunny. Then, whoop, it was like gray and dark, and just clouds rolled in, and hail started to come down, like you wouldn't believe. And Andy had some experience with being in the middle of the country. He's like, oh, he's like, this kind of stuff can break your windshield. And we had 3 pretty expensive fiberglass hull boats that we were towing, and one of them was on top of the van upside down with its hull up. And he's like, we got to get under an underpass. We like got to get under one. And sure enough, we were one of the lucky cars that stopped under the underpass, and you could just hear like thwap, 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 thwap. And someone that was right behind us, we were like one of the last cars that got to fit under the underpass. You could hear their windshield. You could hear it when it broke. The hail hit it, and it was just glass shattering, thwack, 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 thwack. And I couldn't see it. My vision wasn't good enough at that time, but my cousin Mike was narrating. He's like, oh man. He's like, their windshield just got annihilated. I mean, it must, I didn't get out to get hit by them, but my cousin and that guy Andy were telling me there was like golf ball sized hail pieces falling out of the sky. And I suppose if we'd been listening to the weather, which we were not, we were just driving along listening to whatever cassettes we had in the car at the time. I'm guessing that they know when those things are coming, but the abruptness
says happy late 49th birthday.
The abruptness at which the hail just
MF Angel says hail sucks, it can knock you out.
Yeah, I can't imagine if I was just like out walking around, like I can't imagine like those things. You whap you in the head. I feel like they could do some pretty good damage. Let me see if I can put this one on for a second again. How the heck did we start talking about that? Oh, we're talking about different weather things. I was talking about
And Maygirl1977 on YouTube said he's doing a show, Mimic.
I'm doing a show, Mimic. Well, yeah, but that was
The blind husband on Twitch said, how old do you feel? Like inside?
Well, that's an interesting question.
Blind, surfer, PG. Sidekick on Twitch said, sorry, what I meant to say W?
Okay.
Starfire8742 on YouTube said, golf ball sized hail is pretty serious. Jeez.
Yeah. It's funny when I don't.
And MyGirl1977 on YouTube said, thanks, Mimic.
Whatever Mimic said.
At Starfire8742 on YouTube said, and happy belated birthday, Pete.
Well, it's pretty late at this point. Banana's birthday is closer now than mine is. Mine was June. Hers is September. And it's coming up. It's coming up. How old do I feel? Like some days, I talked about this a little bit. I feel like my memories very quickly jump back to like when I was in high school. It was the last time when I feel like I had like functionally usable eyesight. Like I was still playing sports. I was still playing Ultimate Frisbee my senior year of high school. It was interesting. I was very particular. I used to bring Frisbees. We had like Whammo Frisbees. And on like a bright day, I'm like, hey, let's use this one. Let's use this one. I wanted to insist that we used a black Frisbee. Because if we used the white Frisbee on a nice sunny day, there wasn't enough contrast. I couldn't see the thing. But if everybody agreed, and I didn't want to tell them. I don't know. I was always so embarrassed to like tell people like how crappy my eyesight was. So I wouldn't. I'd just be like, hey, let's use this one. This is going to be a 155G. It was like a 155 gram Frisbee. And I was like, this one will be good for today. And I didn't tell them because with the contrast, I can see this one. I just didn't bring it up. But if we used the black Frisbee on a bright day, I could kind of see the contrast. And I had fun with that. And then, I was a starter on my high school football team playing offensive line. And I was captain of the swim team. I was still competitively sailing. And I had functional eyesight. I could never really see what anybody looked like, but I could see them there. I could see their size. I could see their shape. And so when I like think back at my life, I kind of like fast forward all the way back to high school because I had all these like visual active memories. So in one respect, it's like, how old do I feel? Like, I don't know. I feel like I was 17 like 2 minutes ago. But then sometimes, like especially if I go out and have like a crazy day surfing, and then I wake up the next morning, I'm like, oh my God, every part of my body hurts. And I do remember when I was 17, you could go out and get hit by a car when you're 17, like crossing the street, some car could like bap you. And then, because this happened to me a handful of times, you get up the next morning like, oh, kind of sore, but I'll be better this afternoon. Now, like I have like a brutal day surfing and I'm like, oh, I'm going to be laid up for like 3 days. So sometimes I feel like I'm 17 and sometimes I feel like I'm 117. I guess that's the nature of being a person. It's all
Brody
about
Huggins
perspective.
J8K says, oh yeah, my birthday was this past July 13th.
Well, happy, very belated birthday to you, Brody. we're doing the belated birthday show here on the Blind Surfer Show.
Oh, it's the blind guy.
It is. I have a name too. People call me Pete. The blind guy.
Thang says he's so chill.
I try to be pretty chill.
Flukefish 41511 says, do you still do voice acting?
Do I still do voice acting? No, I've decided to, not do that thing that I've spent my entire life getting good at and the thing that pays all my bills. I just stopped voice acting. Now I'm going to be homeless. I'm going to live on a beach and put out a cup and hope people give me $1 or $2 so I can go buy a smoothie and relax. Yeah, man, I voice act 11 to 12 hours a day every day. It's my job. It's my thing. It's, what I'm going to be doing until the day I die. People, not to tie it back to AI again, but I'm going to do it for a second because some people like, how would you feel if AI took your work? AI is taking the work of voice actors, but it hasn't touched me yet and hasn't touched the people doing the work that I do. The one thing that is actually mildly helpful is when a company doesn't exactly know what they're looking for. If an advertiser or a TV promo company doesn't know what they want in terms of a voiceover, they will fire up some AI company like 11 Labs or something like that. And they'll be like, this is kind of the tone that we're going for. And then what it does is it doesn't waste everybody's time. And sometimes they send out auditions and they, they think they want this and they're like, it didn't work at all. Let's do another round of auditions and another round of auditions. Sometimes I will get an AI sample in the mail and I understand like, okay, they're looking for this age male. Like I can perform in a lot of different specifications. I can do a weathered 65-year-old that's been around for a while. I can do the young voice, the guy that's, got a little more energy. Like I can, and so when they send the AI voice, it's like, this is the vein that we're looking to work within, but we need a talented actor to bring it to life. I'm like, cool, I'm good with that. So people are like, are you worried that it's going to take your job? Like, no, I was at first, but then I the more and more I compare myself to the AI voices, like the one I've got here, and obviously there's better ones than this, but they just can't do what a human actor can do. So it's not
At
something.
Mimic Rocky Scrolls on YouTube said, I done that when I first here.
I don't know what you did when you were first here. Mimic Rocky Scrolls. I mean, it's fun. It's kind of funny to hear that voiceover voice, but
At Spidey 317 on YouTube said, hey man, been a huge fan for many years now. Hope all is well.
Thanks, Spidey. I appreciate your popping in.
Poladad 215 on Twitch said, hi Pete, sorry I have been busy. Happy to catch your stream.
Hey, Poladad, no problem. It's okay to
The
be
Blind
busy.
Husband on Twitch said, at NerdyZombie83 TV, he will read your message on the text-to-speech is enabled. It's not always on.
That's true. People are like, it's broken. It's
At
not working.
Migirl1977 on YouTube said, Pete, can you do a female voice?
No. I mean, so when
It's Chico5 on TikTok said, breaking news.
what up, Chico5? Can I do it?
96 on Twitch said, do you have a favorite fabric for clothing? Do you like jeans? Or do you have a special preference?
Oh man, I don't wear jeans. I wear shorts. As soon as I moved out to San Diego, I was like, I'm not doing jeans anymore. Shorts only.
At the True Platypus tip
Dude, what's up?
$9.99 through Super Chat. Hey, Pete. Platy here. Did
Yo.
you hear the sad news about Dolly?
I did. I heard that today. It's kind of crazy. She seemed. I saw a handful of stuff from her, like old interviews and ones that weren't even that old. Didn't she just play like one of the, what the heck was it? Just recently she did like one of the NFL postseason games. I mean, she was still performing. She still seemed like she had like a ton of life and energy. Right before I came on, I heard that she passed. I don't know how, but who's trying to break? I think Skylar's trying to break in here. But that's kind of sad. It's not someone that I expected to be leaving us anytime soon. If anybody out there had like a death pool, I don't think she would have been near the top of it. Kind of a bummer. Such an icon for such a long time. I do like I like her husband's approach to their life. It's almost like me and Banana. Like he never wanted the limelight, never wanted to be in it. I don't think he ever even like went to her like award shows or anything. He just liked hanging out and doing his thing and mowing the lawn and taking care of horses or whatever. Like he definitely never got into the glitz and glamour thing that she, had to do for her living. Same thing, like, I do all this YouTube stuff and social media stuff, and Banana's like, I grew a pretty flower. I'm going to take a picture of it and post that on Instagram, and that's the most that I'm going to do with it. So, she's just living her life, just doing her thing. So they had kind of a fun relationship in that way. Someone asked me something that I was going to answer about text-to-speech, about the clothing that I like to wear. I don't know. I like, generally I like to wear like loose clothing. I don't like anything
Not
super
number one
tight
anymore.
on me. I don't know what kind of
Chris
fabric that
Cole
would be.
2082 says, talking so highly of someone while also such an incredible person yourself. Much love.
I mean,
A Shaw Gamer 27 says rest in peace, Dolly.
yeah, she's an amazing talent, amazing person. I think there was an old movie of hers that I saw when I was like a
At Brody
kid.
Huggins J8K says, oh yeah, I saw it Back to the Future,
I
the
think
musical last year, and the actor playing Marty broke character and said, can you feel it, Toronto, during The Power of Love? It was an amazing musical.
Oh, that's a power of love. Huey Lewis. Yeah, I love Huey Lewis. He was awesome. Yeah, I saw 9 to 5, an old Dolly Parton movie. I think I saw that like back in the 80s when I was a kid. Huey Lewis. I mean, talk about like it. Yeah. Oh, jeez. Okay. Well, that happened. Why did that happen? Why did the thing fall on me? Thunk. Okay. Okay. All right. Why did that happen? Why did it fall? Jeez Louise. All right, hold on. I'm going to have to actually get up and fix this. You guys talk amongst yourselves. What? Like, how did that fall on my head? All right. Hold on. I got to get this off my lap. There. Don't fall again. Okay. All right. There we go. We're all good. That could have been worse. Well, I should have put you guys up so you could talk amongst yourselves. I was fixing
Paula
that.
215 says, is he okay?
Yeah, I'm fine.
At
Yeah.
Mimic Rocky Scrolls says, Pete, are you okay?
Yeah, it just kind of caught
At
me
Sarah
off
Cam
guard.
7808 says, hey, they're from Georgia.
Uh,
Sterling Grun 487 says, hey.
Hey, I just got bopped in the noggin. It's like I can't lean back on this couch. Oops.
At the True Platypus tip $9.99 through Super Chat. Do you know the One Love guy? He's also blind. Anyway, I'm totally hating myself right now because I went to a football game and screamed a little bit. My throat is on fire and my voice sounds bad. Embarrassed smiley face emoji.
Yeah, man, with the stuff you got going on in your throat, reserve your screaming for the people that need it. People in your life you need to yell at. No, I mean, if you're having fun, if you feel like it was worth it, I mean, that's tough though. When you scream, your voice gets beat up. That is a rough consequence. I'm sorry for that. And yes, the one love guy is Anthony Ferraro. Sorry, I keep trying to keep an ear out for if this thing's going to tumble down on me again. Yeah, Anthony and Dan Mancina, another blind creator. Dan Mancina is a skater. They came out here and we filmed for Anthony, and his wife actually stayed here. And she was working with people in Ukraine, and because of my connections in the news, I was getting notified. I was getting notified the night that we went to war over there, and she didn't know yet. Like the general public didn't know. I was getting heads up from my news organizations about 3 or 4 hours before everybody else knew what was going on. And she's like, "What? Are you serious? This is happening?" I'm like, "Yeah, it's happening." And I had to dip out and go read a bunch of promos while they were over here. But other than that experience, we had a lot of fun. I couldn't get Anthony to go surfing with me. He didn't want to come on and go surfing, but we did some skating. There's a handful of shorts and a couple long form videos of me and Anthony. And one time we rode an electric skateboard. I have one called what the heck's it called? Like the E-Glide. Thing does like 30 miles an hour. And we were taking turns like riding it and filming each other. And he bailed off of it at one point. And the two of us, two blind guys, I thought I heard it going straight. He thought he heard it going right. I was like 30 yards behind him. He was right on it, so he ended up being right. I was like on my hands and knees trying to like feel under this car that was the end of my cul-de-sac. And he was off to the side, like where my trash barrels were. And he's like, "I found it." But literally, I mean, if anybody with eyesight was with us, they would have been like, "Yeah, I just went to the right. It's right over there." But I was glad we found it. Two blind guys finally found a lost skateboard. Sorry, just listening, making sure that thing's my old couch, while less comfortable to sit on.
At Dank MF Angel says, does PD have sunglasses on?
Yes, thank you for noticing. Unless those fell off too when I got hit in the head. But people were telling me that
215 says, I was in band for a year and every Friday I would come home and not be able to talk till Sunday.
That's what was happening to me when I was doing too much voiceover work. My throat started getting ripped up. I was doing too much, so I had to start doing very, very, very serious vocal exercises to strengthen my vocal cords. But people were telling me that PD, at least on the stream, it didn't look like. So he's wearing like cotton. He's completely made out of fabric, and there's like fabric sunglasses that he's wearing, but people were saying that they couldn't tell if he was wearing sunglasses. They were asking what they were. It just kind of looked like he was wearing like a bandana or something. So I grabbed an old pair of Varnays that I had them from the 80s, and like an idiot, I forgot I'd put them down on the ground once. And these are like one of my favorite pair of sunglasses, just in terms of like comfort to wear them. And I sat on them and snapped both the arms off. I was like, oh no. But I liked them so much and they meant so much to me. I think I'd had them since like 1988 that I've had them sitting in a drawer ever since. And I was like, wait a second, Petey's head is super fat. He's got like a big, fat, wide head. And so I managed to put those on there. I think they're still on. Hopefully they're staying on. But I did actually ordered a cheapy pair. So the glasses that I'm wearing, I believe, have a gold lens or maybe an orange lens. It's called the 24K lens, 24K prism lens from Oakley. But I ordered a pair of orange/gold lenses, cheapies, on Amazon. It's actually supposed to be here tomorrow, so he and I can both be wearing a similar colored lens. But I figured for today to put some new glasses on him so we could look a little bit more like twinsies. Petey the Penguin and Pete, me, the Blind Surfer.
Blind Surfer PG Sidekick says every August I would go to an Ecuadorian concert and not wear earplugs, and I would lose my hearing and my voice from screaming songs for like 3 days.
Yikes! That
At
sounds.
Fishman101 says, where do you buy your knives?
What up, Fishman?
At Fishman101 said hi.
Hi. He asked where I buy my knives, and then he said hi. The ones that you're probably talking about, I bought on Bud K knives, but they do not sell the one that everybody is always asking about. That one is called I forget the exact name of it, but if you Google Dungeon Walls
At
Crumble.
MyGero1977 says Mimic he could have won hundreds of ghosts around him and he wouldn't know.
That seems
At Mimic Rocky
pretty
Scroll says
random.
lol.
Yeah, but if you Google Dungeon Walls
At
Crumble.
Brody Huggins J8K says Californication. By the end, Red Hot Chili Peppers just came on the radio. I listened to 101.5, The Wolf from where I am in Canada.
Oh, you're up in Canada? I don't do I do any voice work in Canada? Radio station voice work? I don't think I do. I did. The exchange rate isn't super spectacular, so I don't do a lot of work in Canada, actually. I'm surprised that, so what time is it right
At the
now?
NF Gamer is here says.
Oh, sorry. I didn't mean to do that. It is
6:57 p.m.
6:57. I wasn't sure. So I'll tell you guys, I was feeling like complete garbage like the last 3 days. Fortunately, it wasn't a sickness that was like messing with my voice or anything. Banana got really sick and really tired, and she said her face felt like it was like 1,000 pounds. And she was just not doing well. And she was trying to force through so we could still have some fun over the weekend. But I got wiped out. I think, what was it, like Saturday into Sunday into Monday, and then last night I kept going to bed at like 8 o'clock at night and then waking up at like 8 o'clock the next day. I was just dead exhausted. And that's how my sicknesses have been manifesting lately, just getting like ridiculously sick. Banana thought it was the vid going around again, because basically everybody we know and everybody around here and everybody in North County is sick. Like I'm telling you, everywhere we go, people are like, "Oh, I'm not doing well." But I never got it. Going all the way back to 2020, I never got that. Banana got it like a million times. Brooks was like holding the record. Like every time he'd get rid of it, he'd get it again in like 2 more days. I'm like, oh my God. Banana was getting frustrated that I wasn't getting it. She kept getting like those free tester kits from the post office. She's like, you can't not have it. She's like, everybody else has it. And I'm like, yeah, but I feel fine. I'm okay. And she kept making me test. And then, she was doing it too. She's shoving the thing up my nose. She's like, maybe you're not pushing far enough. I'm like, God, get out of my nose. Once ever in the entire, when everybody was getting it and the world was shut down, she saw like a little dot of a little speck of a little bit of red on one of the test things. She's like, there, you got some of it. And I was like, sure, if it makes you feel better. The only time I ever actually got sick, I did the first shot, and then I did 2 boosters, and then I stopped because the second booster that I got, that one got me sick.
At the True Platypus tip $9.99 through Super Chat. I have good news actually. One of my buddies is gonna hook me up with a metal band that needs a backup vocalist, so hopefully I can get some extra pay. Cool face emoji. Also, let's hope my voice holds up.
Wait, that sounds like that would be extraordinarily difficult on your voice. If it hurts to scream and you're going to sign up to be in a band where you have to make all those noises, I feel like that's going to be very difficult. You're going to have to drink a lot of honey, like lots and lots of honey. or a throat coat. My favorite tea in the whole wide world for when my voice is getting beat up. Yeah, that sounds like, I mean, hey, sounds like it could be fun, but also sounds like it could be kind of difficult. But yeah, I thank you very much for all your support, True Platypus. The True Platypus has been a whale lately, if you know what that means. But I appreciate all your support and I appreciate your tuning in. Thanks to everybody out there that watches this nonsense, this non-themed show. As I talk to people in my life that don't really know what I do, I'm like, I do a live show, and they're like, what's it about? You know, like a lot of people have like a cooking show or a woodworking show, or you know, there's lots of people that like talk about the news or react to things online. They're like, what do you talk about? I'm like, I don't know. Whatever I feel like. And I feel like when I try and explain to people, they're like, that sounds pretty damn boring. And I was like, well, I don't know. Some people tend to tune in. So I appreciate anybody that wants to tune in and listen to me ramble on for an hour and a half or so every night. Including...
At MyJoe1977 says yes.
At the True Platypus tip $9.99 through Super Chat. It's gonna suck, but hopefully it won't be too many screams and mostly just grunting and our talking.
All right, grunting. You can't have enough good grunting going on in music. I mean, that's definitely something you need within in metal bands. Man, I've been doing a lot of tour dates for bands that I remember being popular, like in the early 2000s. I was just reading what Seether and Breaking Benjamin are out together right now. All these bands, and then like I've been doing Alice Cooper's entire set. You know, he's way earlier than the 70s. He's been popular. Oh, sorry, way earlier than 2000s. He's been around since like the 70s. Where's the most recent one I did of him? Oh, I forget. Somewhere in Pennsylvania. He's just like picking up random dates all over the place, and good for him. You know, like if he's still selling out those mid-sized arenas and stuff and venues, he gets another venue, and then they send me the promo and I read it. So if Alice Cooper is coming to a town near you, I'm doing those promos. See there, Breaking Benjamin, Hailstorm I was doing today, Metal Baby, I was reading some promos for them. Just so many bands that have been like around and then they're just coming back around again. I do like doing the concert. I like doing the concert promos. It's kind of fun to hear how those get mixed in there. Shout out to the guys at Tour Design who create those things. It's fun to be a part of those. Let's see if Robot Pete has anything to say. And by that, I mean if you guys in the
At
chat.
MyGirl1977 says thanks Mimic, especially as you are only
At
one getting to reply to my-
MyGirl1977 on YouTube said, going.
Going.
At
Where?
MyGirl1977 on YouTube said, going.
Going. Is the next one going to say gone? Is like going, gone.
At the Mighty Rectomancer on YouTube said $2 from at the Mighty Rectomancer. Just stop by to tell you I love you. Waki Fasa.
Why you got bleeped? That's kind of funny. I wonder why you got bleeped. And then the $2 wouldn't normally trigger the
At
text.
My
to
Girl
speech,
Eins Neun Sieben on YouTube said, gone.
yeah, G-O-O-O-O-N-E.
At Mimic Rocky Scrolls on YouTube said, well, rest of chat is just tuning in.
I feel like the chat was going a little bit slow, but I'm not sure if that's actually because the chat was slow or because the robots were slow. Sometimes it's one, sometimes it's the other. But all I have to go on are the voices in my head, the voices that I hear. Robot Pete seems to be a little bit on the quiet side right now. I feel like Brody and some other people thought that I was going to come into the chat like full bore screaming at people today. Oops. This is going to be someone telling me that the audio crapped out.
At the True Platypus on YouTube said, ha 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 ha.
Why did it decide
At
to read
Mimic
it?
Rocky Scrolls on YouTube said, hey Pete, are
Yep.
you in a band?
I was in a band for a
Waylon
for a
Vic,
while.
I4C on YouTube said, what's up?
What's up, Waylon Vic? I thought you were a Twitch guy.
Not the Medic 60 on Twitch said, hey Pete, hope all is well. Love the videos.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, I was in a
Waylon
band
Vic,
for a while.
I4C on YouTube said, over here now.
Well, all right. Wherever you want to be.
At
I'm up.
DMF Gamer is here on YouTube said, this is my first. And definitely not last time watching UR streams live and not after.
Well, I'm glad you enjoy it.
The
See?
Blind Husband on Twitch said, at Poladad215, why?
Why did I turn into the voice
At
started?
The Mighty Rectomancer on YouTube said, lol, I got bleeped. Haha, what the heck?
I like rectum. Your name is the Rectomancer. Someone asked if I was in a band. Yes, I was. It was a long time ago. It was like 2000, 2003. I was in a band called Penthouse J. if you get super bored after the show, not during, after the show, write this down, put it in your brain bank. There's one good song that I did that I'm kind of proud of. It's like a good, like, new rock, like electro rock song called Hellborn by the band Penthouse J, just letter J, Penthouse J, Hellborn. And we never made a video. We did like a live performance at some bar in Boston, and we interspersed it with scenes from the Hellboy movie, which of course is entirely illegal. I think it got very demonetized, but it was like me up on stage with my dancers and my guitarist, my bassist, and the guy that ran the electronics, Anton. And I thought that was a pretty good video that we did back then. Someone else was asking the song of the summer, which is funny because I literally just can't.
At Mimic Rocky Scrolls on YouTube said, "Were you in a marching band? I am in one."
I am in one. No, I was never
At
in a
Waylon
marching
Vic,
band.
I4C on YouTube said, "Not forever though."
Not forever though.
At The True Platypus on YouTube said, "Anyone here like System of a Down, or at least know of them?"
Okay, I don't.
At Justano Buddy Zero on YouTube said, "It's weird to me hearing Pete's voice reading the chats."
It's weird to me hearing Pete's voice reading the chats. System of a Down lead singer Serge Tankian. For some reason, the wake up, like that like all of his music sounds like that. Hey, why have you forsaken me? I find it grating. I actually find System of a Down's music like irritating. For some reason that band never resonated with me. Like there's some bands that just don't work for me. I don't know. Maybe True Platypus, you're a big fan, but that is not. And where the heck is he from? I forget where Serge Tankian is from. He's from, I forget, like Afghanistan. No, that's not right. God, I can't remember. But it's not because of that I don't like him. I just can't stand. I just can't. I really don't like the band that much. Hopefully, I shouldn't even be saying that. I should be like, I like every band, I like every product, I like everything out there, because at some point in my life I'll probably do a promo for them. I've definitely done promos for System of a Down because they'll appear on Liquid Metal on Sirius XM from time to time. So I've definitely been like, System of a Down next on Liquid Metal. I mean, I've done it. I guess I don't have to love everything I do a voiceover for, but yeah, never been a fan of Swat. Did this text lady? I feel like this text, like my. Oh yeah, I feel like the regular text lady
Show chat
died.
feed.
Oh,
Button.
there
Show
it
chat
is.
feed. At
No.
Brody Huggins J8K says, I've heard of System of a Down.
Wait, hold on.
At Cool Girl 6778 says, Pete, the first time I ever heard your voice was in Ben 10 Omniverse. It says Surge from System of a Down is Armenian. Just Antibody Zero says it says Surge from System of a Down is Armenian.
Armenian. Oh, sorry.
At Mimic Rocky Scrolls says, due to the topic, my fab song is Sunday Morning Coming Down. At The True Platypus says, really? Not gonna bash on your opinion. I actually find his voice soothing because I resorted to him during some tough times in my life. I'm not actually sure where he's from, but he's Armenian.
Okay. I mean, everybody has their own opinion on, like, I don't know. I mean, there's like, it depends on, like, you know, if his voice and that music, man. So this whole time that I was doing the chat, by the way, the screen that said like play next, play previous, resume, that was up. I feel like I just now got the, yeah, why is this
At
thing
Mimic
not
Rocky
working?
Scrolls says, it's glitching out. I actually find his voice soothing. Really? Not gonna bash on your opinion. I actually find his voice soothing because I resorted to him during some
Okay, stop.
tough times in my life. I'm not actually sure where he's from, but he's Armenian.
Okay, got it out. I feel like the whole time I had the wrong chat up, but I guess as long as I was hearing it, as long as you guys could hear it. Like there's people from the 80s that I used to listen to that, like, I don't know, maybe they're not the greatest singers, but you know, they got me through some times in my life when I was a kid. Like I like Billy Idol. I like Huey Lewis. Like, are those like the greatest artists in the world?
7808 says the Bug by Penthouse J was fun.
The Bug.
At Gumpy Stole
Oh man, that I forgot about that. That was a full-on original music video. That's why they call me the Bug, because I'm so fly. Yeah, I actually like that song too. I'm reasonably proud of that one. That one, like, we shot it all over the place, all around Boston and the South Shore of Massachusetts. How'd you come across that one? Yeah, we wrote some decent music. It never went anywhere, obviously. It's really crazy to me how certain things can take off for no reason. Like, did anybody know that this was supposed to be like a big day? Did you hear about this? August the 25th. It was supposed to be a big, momentous, historic day. August 25th, 2026. Why? I don't know. There was this big thing going around the internet, and if you trace it back, which I did today, there was this one Instagram account. It wasn't even a very popular one that and no one can even figure out who owned it. But the person started doing this countdown to August 25th, 2026, and they were intimating that something big was going to happen. One account, and then someone picked it up and someone else picked it up, and all of a sudden the entire internet was like, oh my god, something big is going to happen on August 25th, 2026. And because there was no information with it or attached to it at all, people started coming up with their own theories, like, oh, maybe the government's going to do something, maybe the aliens are going to be revealed, maybe they're going to reverse gravity, like all those goobers that thought that a couple weeks ago. Everybody started wondering what the big thing that was going to happen. Like, my feed was like just plastered with people being like, oh my god, it's today, the countdown ends today and something's going to happen. And the final one on that page ended up linking to nonsense. It was like the Telegraph or something. Like, didn't go anywhere. But I don't know how this one tiny account started this whole big thing. Like, it makes me jealous. Like, I wish I could have gotten I could have gotten the whole world talking about blind penguin frothing hand soap by putting one good viral video. But it is funny to me how like certain trends just like, how did that take off? Like, why did that take off? And I remember the one was like 4 years ago, the whole, like, I remember I was up in Big Bear with my friends Josh and Danny, and Banana was up there. We were all together, and all of a sudden I started getting like all these messages on social media that I was the new CEO of the Waffle House. And it wasn't just me, like anybody reasonably popular, like, they're the new CEO of the Waffle House. And I forget the YouTuber that started that, but like this one stupid trend that just took off. It's crazy to me how.
Pogs? Just curious as mine is on my bed RN. At Just Antibody Zero says it's probably considered an overproduced, overplayed song, but I found consolation in Linkin Park S in the end.
Oh, God. I'm sorry. I know you like that song, but that one, very, very overplayed. I feel like that one, wasn't that the one that ended up being in the Transformers soundtrack in the end? That's when Chester Bennington was still alive. And I was, because I'm a producer, a sound engineer. I've always been, the 3 albums I did for my band Penthouse J, I mixed them all. I produced them. I did everything. And so I love well-produced music, which is, if I can sidetrack myself, which I do quite frequently, when you listen to music that was made in like the 60s and 70s and realize that there was no digital capabilities whatsoever, like the fact that it all sounded that amazing is like kind of mind-blowing. Like, so then they invent computers, and all they want to do is have plugins that are like, this makes it sound like the original Fender amp from back in 1972. So it's like, even the digital age is trying to make it sound like it did back then. But back to my point about Linkin Park, like when they came out with their music and it was this amazing blend of great production and electronics with like good guitar and real drums and rock, I was like, oh my God, this is, I was like super into it, but, possibly maybe just overplayed, or maybe just my tastes changed. But now, like when Linkin Park comes up, I'm kind of like, ugh, like I can't do it again. Mike Shinoda has been, he's been popping up on my feed, and there's some like, retro love for the music, but the way I felt them when they first came out versus when I hear them now, I'm like, oh, it definitely leaves a different flavor in my mouth. Yeah, I think the end. Yeah, I think that was the one in the and when I heard it in the Transformers soundtrack, I'm like, this is amazing. But then it wasn't so amazing. And the last thing I was talking about was the CEO of the Waffle House. I guess I finished that point. Yeah, I never
At
never.
Girl 6778 says, hey Pete, what is your opinion on country music? At Dank MF Angel says, the All-Star Breakfast Sarah.
Don't make me hate on every kind of music. I didn't grow up with it. So I grew up in Boston, and when I was growing up in Boston, there were 3 rock stations. There was WAAF, which kind of played like not the mainstream stuff. WFNX, also kind of like the alternative stuff, and WBCN played like mainstream rock. And so like I listened to rock or other rock, and Boston didn't even get a country radio station until like, I don't even know, I don't know, like 2008, 2000, like there was no country music. And I can't relate to it, you know, because I didn't grow up with it. And I just kind of feel like a phony when I'm listening to it. And then like, what is country music? Like the people that like country, you know, are you talking like Merle Haggard, or are you talking like Taylor Swift country? The genre, I mean, talk about a genre. You know, like I feel like rock has always been rock. Rolling Stones, Aerosmith, and then you fast forward like Godsmack or something, you know, Metallica. Like there's I feel like there's a common thread there. Like you can listen to an Aerosmith song and then you can listen to like a Silverchair song. You'd be like, yeah, these are both rock. I get it. But like, if you're going to go and listen to like old country or new country.
At the True Platypus tipped $19.99 through Super
It's a
Chat.
big one. Thanks, man.
I used to be a Slipknot fan, but recently I've been avoiding their music like the plague. The whole Sid Wilson thing is bullcrap. I'm heavily censoring myself, and Corey Taylor, a guy I used to look up to for music, is stupid.
I don't know what's up with Slip. I don't know what you're talking about. I'll check it out after this. Those are the guys that wear all the masks. Slipknot I like more than System of a Down. I don't know what he's. I'm not gonna go into. I don't want to put my foot in my mouth because I don't know if he did something political or something else. I guess we don't need to get into it. I'm sure he did something to piss you off. But that is, you know, I do kind of hate it when artists that you like all of a sudden become political. Like, I just want my artists to, and this is selfish, I guess, you know, like they should be entitled to their own opinion. But all of a sudden, we're like when Bruce Springsteen, all of a sudden, like, I guess I don't want to get into it. I just hate it when like, it's this new modern culture of people feeling like you need to hear their opinion. You know, like the guy that played Doc Brown, someone earlier was talking about Back to the Future, the actor that played him intentionally never did a lot of interviews, never put himself in the limelight. And it was because he liked the mystery of the characters that he played, whether it was Doc Brown or other ones. And he realized that the more of himself that he put out there, then it kind of like, I feel like this way about a lot of actors. Like, you love the characters they play, their ability to chameleon and play all these different characters, and you start to love them for the characters that they are. And then all of a sudden, if they're a person that really feels like they need to push themselves out there into the limelight, then you're like, ugh, I don't actually like the person. Like, the person isn't that great. And it's almost like heartbreaking sometimes when you've been like following a musician and you realize that you know, like even Dave Grohl to a certain degree, like when he formed Probot or became a part of Probot, he came out and said, this is like a bummer. He's like, I don't even like the Foo Fighters music. I forget the exact quote, but it wasn't that strong. But he's like, this Foo Fighters music isn't the stuff that I go home and listen to. And so to me, it was like, wait a minute. So this isn't your passion? Like, you don't love that? You're making music because it sells? And what he really wanted to do was make music more like Probot, a little harder, a little more heavy metal stuff. And that was kind of a light, like, kind of disappointment. I was like, oh, whatever. I guess he's making music just to make money, and that's fine. Yeah, but when you hear artists out there, whether it's singers or actors, and all of a sudden they're like shoving their political beliefs down your throat, and you're like, ugh, I don't want to hear that from you. I don't know. I feel like, again, everybody's entitled to their own thing, but I'm also entitled to be bummed out when someone starts doing something like that. So I don't know what Slipknot did, but I try and listen to music just for the sake of the music, and then I try not to get wrapped up in
At XX
their
Reaper
beliefs.
Voice says I have a Ted Nugent CD, bought it when I was a kid. Good music.
Good music, crazy dude. Ted Nugent, very interesting guy. You know, to talk about rock and roll. He's rock and roll for the sake of rock and
says,
roll.
I thought my wife was sitting in front of me on the bus and I reached forward and I'm like, what's this bag, and started shaking it. It was not her. LOL, this was 2 minutes ago.
Oops. All right. Hey,
At
but
XX Reaper Voice says, have you voice over a car commercial recently? The voice sounded very similar to yours.
possibly. I mean,
At Mimic Rocky Skull says, fix the awesome penguin, he is falling.
oh no, is he
At
falling?
Omvor says, that's disappointing.
Don't fall down.
At Jenny says, or the time we were in the pool and you though I was next to you and you said I got you and it was jot me, ha ha ha.
There we go. It was Petey.
Strawgamer27 says Dr. Emmett Lathrop Brown was played by Christopher Lloyd.
Christopher Lloyd.
Says,
That's
welcome.
it.
Pete, here's your messages through text to
Oh, yeah.
speech. When
I was going to say Christopher Lee, but I'm like, that's not right. Christopher Lee is the guy who played Saruman in Lord of the Rings, and he, for most of his career, if I'm not mistaken, had been like a B film bad guy, like villain. And God, does he have a great voice, a Christopher Lee voice. He actually he wanted to play Gandalf. When he went in for the auditions, he really wanted to play Gandalf, but they ended up casting him as Saruman. And I mean, I think he was great at that role, but obviously didn't have as big a role as Gandalf got to play. That's Christopher Lee. Christopher Lloyd is the guy who played Doc Brown. And yeah, I mean, there's a bunch of actors that decided it was better for them not to stick their head out and stick their personality out too much. I mean, their commodity was acting, and so they decided to stick mostly to that. And what I do is the exact opposite. I got to put myself out there day after day. I feel like you guys all know about as much about Pete as you could possibly know about Pete, because that's the world of social media. You let people get to know you, and you hopefully connect with them. And in my case, hopefully we get to communicate together and inspire each other and motivate each other, and kind of live these lives vicariously through me getting out there and sharing all my stories.
Chico4513 on YouTube said, do the Meta glasses work good for accessibility? I'm looking into getting a pair. My bad if you already answered. I left the stream for a bit.
That's okay. That's okay. I didn't talk about it earlier.
At JustinObuddy0 on YouTube said, at Brody Huggins, J8K. I like their song, Animal I Have Become.
Animal I Have Become.
At Brody Huggins, J8K on YouTube, said Christopher Lloyd played Doc Brown in Back to the Future in all 3 movies.
Yeah, exactly. The Meta glasses.
Mimic Rocky Scrolls on YouTube said, hey Pete, if you could have any animal as a pet, what would it be?
A giraffe. I want a giraffe. Giraffe would be super cool. The Meta glasses are, they're just, if you have Google Gemini, or if you have ChatGPT, well, ChatGPT, take it back. Let's disinclude ChatGPT. They got rid of their live video streaming, which is just complete horse crap. Like the fact that they got rid of that was like the main thing I was using it for. I could hold it up and it would like look at stuff and help me out. They got rid of that. The Google Gemini app still does that. It does that. It's just hands free. Like, I don't know. Like I bought them. I bought the glasses. I paid the $500. I was in touch with Oakley. And they're like, oh yeah, we'll send you some. Oh yeah, we'll send you some. I pointed out to them, I was like, I've got 1.3 billion video views, and in every one of them, I'm wearing Oakleys. Like, it's a lot of free advertising, like a lot of free. And I was like, hey, could you guys send me some Vanguards? And they're like, yeah. And then they never did it. So I went and just bought them myself. And I don't reach for them that often, to be honest with you. Like I said, my phone's in my pocket. I just grab that, I open up the Google Gemini app, and it'll do the recognition. I mean, if you're dying to do stuff hands-free, I have used them from time to time, but honestly, they're just kind of massive, cumbersome glasses. Like, I love the fact that they've improved the battery life, the Meta Ray-Ban glasses, which again, I bought a pair of those for myself, and I bought a pair of those for Banana, because I really thought they were going to be like super helpful for me in terms of helping me do stuff. And Banana wanted a pair because they have pretty good speakers and she likes to garden and listen to music. And then I ponied up for the Meta Vanguards because the battery life was like twice as big as the Ray-Bans. But like wearing them for a long period of time, like it starts to leave like an indent on your nose. Like they're massive glasses. It's kind of like wearing ski goggles. So, I mean, if you have $500 burning a hole in your pocket and you feel like you want something that might help you out a little bit, I mean, go for it. But if you need to save up, if you need to like save your pennies, like I might not. So there's another brand that I just completely talked myself out of.
At Rondog12YT alt said hi.
Hi, out of a sponsorship from. I mean, obviously I love their glasses. These are Oakley's. Oakley
At Everymedify 2090 says, hey, it's Grant Gustin again.
No, it's not. These are Oakley Flak Jacket XLJs, and whenever you guys see me, I'm basically always wearing Oakley's. So I do love their glasses, but I'm just trying to be honest and real, with someone out there that needs them for accessibility and knowing the price tag. I would weigh that option if I were you. How are we doing on time?
7:24 p.m.
7:24 p.m. I was going to do an hour and a half today because.
At Mimic Rocky Scrolls says hi guys.
Hey, Mimic Rocky Scrolls. How come I haven't heard, didn't get one new follower on Twitch today. It's kind of a bummer. I like it when people follow on Twitch because Steve's head pops up and makes a fun noise and reads their username. And they did say that they're going to try and get me on the front page again. So maybe we'll get that done in the next week or so, or maybe not. Last time when I did it, just didn't happen. I did 2.5 hours of waiting for
At
them.
the True Platypus says Grant Gustin from The Flash.
Yeah.
At
I was
Chico 4513 says, oh, okay, thanks. I didn't know they took out Live AI feature. That's BS. I
yeah.
also used it a lot.
Yeah, it's total
And I
BS.
like Ride the Cyclone says, yo, yo, yo.
Yo, 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 Ride the Cyclone.
At Fi 2090 says, why isn't your TTS more human sounding?
I mean, hold on. It's about as human sounding as it gets. Hold on, let's put this one back on. This is the one that I trained. I think I'm going to put...
Sebastian has 3 hot dogs. On YouTube said, how do you only have 10 views and you're amazing?
I don't know. All depends what platform you're on.
At the True Platypus on YouTube said 3 Days Grace. I like their song Over and Over.
3 Days Grace is pretty good. I do a lot of concert
At
promos for them.
IOM250 on YouTube said, do they pay you if you audition?
No, you don't get paid for doing an audition. You only get paid if you book the job. And well, that person said, how do I only have 10 views? Like, I don't know. What platform are you on? If you're on... Hey.
We reached our followers goal of 920.
Woo.
Thank you, everyone.
Hey, that's pretty good. Hey, maybe someone, you know what? Maybe someone turned off my follower notification because obviously someone just followed.
Yahoo Mail. Now, Twitch. The True_Platypus is now following you on Twitch.
Oh, the True Platypus is now following me on Twitch. And he didn't come up on the screen. I'm going to have to look into that. I don't know why the notification didn't come up, but I got notified on my phone. Thanks, True Platypus. Oh, there.
Bob Play 1233 just followed.
There we go. It is working. Now I don't have to look into it. Thank you, Bob Play. I appreciate that. I constantly do that. I'm always pointing. Hey.
New guy definitely just followed.
Thanks, new guy definitely, which sounds like it might be sarcastic. Are you definitely not a new guy? Is that just like your sarcastic way of saying that you are a new guy? Thank you for coming on over. And I feel like I've accomplished something when I start to grow. Because, what did it just say? 930? Like, you know, at 2.5 million YouTube, 770,000 TikTok, 30,000 Facebook, 213,000 Instagram, and 933 on Twitch. It's just, you know, I'm trying to even things out a little bit. If I could get to 1 million on TikTok, on TikTok, if I could get to 1 million on Twitch, I mean, that would be kind of amazing. the chats would be crazy. Oh, and the person that was saying, why is there only 10? Like, I don't know, man. Only 10 people want to watch, but it depends where you are. Like if you're on YouTube horizontal and there's 10 people, there's probably like another, there can be between 20 and 80 on YouTube vertical. Like that one feeds me whenever it feels like it. And we usually get like 20 to 30 over on Twitch. It's usually a handful of people watching on Facebook, and then TikTok. It doesn't tell me the consecutive number, but I usually get between 600 and 1,000 different people that pop in throughout the evening on TikTok. So it's called multi-streaming. I am all over the place. And the person that said, why doesn't the robot sound more human? I mean, I don't know. Technology's only as good as technology is. We got the Pete Gustin.
G-Only1 on TikTok said, I'm a voiceover actor and want to get that Newman mic. Should I get it? What do you recommend?
If you want it. I mean, you know, it's expensive. It depends on how you think you're going to sound on it. This is
Mimic Rocky Scrolls on YouTube said, what's your Twitch username?
My Twitch username is Pete Gustin. So you go to Twitch and you search Pete Gustin. I should be there. I'm live right now. And there's a bunch of things I like about it. I'm told I alienate my other audiences by talking about it too much. But I do like the fact that within the same feed, you can do horizontal or vertical. You just tap. Hold on a second. Oh, all right, cool. You can just tap the little orientation thing, and it'll do the vertical or the horizontal one. Plus, all the notifications get read to me out loud. Crap! Someone else just asked a question that I was totally going to answer. What the hell did they just ask me? God, my brain is just a mush. I hear too many voices. I can't remember what the hell I was talking about.
1153 says, dude, you are an inspiration and I love your unboxing videos. You are braver than I am trying all the food items people send you, especially because you try them even when you can smell something awful.
Sideways, you just followed.
Thanks, Sideways. Sideways. Yep. Oh, it's hitting me again. This is not fair. It's not fair. What did I do wrong tonight? Hold on. I'm going to put this stuff aside. I'm going to put you guys up. Talk amongst yourselves while I fix this. Hopefully better than I did last time.
Definitely says what movie?
Dude, thing hit me right in the head.
Sideways just says OMG.
Ugh.
At Just Anybody Zero says little dog.
Cosmic Mender Zero just followed.
Botplay 1233 says my question was, should I change my username to Mimic Rocky Scrolls?
Why does that keep falling?
Thiglin
Alright.
Husband says there's literally a movie called The New Guy from 2001. BobPlay1233 says like my YouTube username. Nugua definitely says oh no I have not seen it.
I don't know how to keep it up. Don't take that out of context either. I don't know how to keep that surfboard from not falling. There's nothing to affix it to back there. It is, it's just there's a window casing behind me.
Madisbrand says can you put a wall mount for the surfboard?
No, there's nothing back. It's
Thiglin
just,
Husband says it's hilarious.
it's leaning against nothing.
At JustAnabody0 says was that a surfboard that fell on your head?
Yes, it was. Stupid surfboard just fell on my head. Let's see. I'm trying to figure out, like, there might be some wall on that far end, but then I got to go through the curtains.
Guillermo Cruz H8F on YouTube said, You. The Blind Husband on Twitch said, clip those moments.
What, me getting hit in the head with the surfboard? I feel like I should get something should happen when Pete gets hit in the head with a surfboard. This happens. Now I'm like petrified. Like, I think the problem is I'm like leaning back, getting too comfortable, and I'm pushing the back cushion down or something like that. Twice in one night though. Yeah, it's funny. Usually when that starts to tumble, Banana
Nerd 456 on YouTube said, just wanted to say you are a huge inspiration and to keep up your optimism.
Well,
big fan.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I'm trying to
At
keep...
Mimic Rocky Scrolls on YouTube said, what is up? I'm back to my YouTube account.
Okay. Well, thanks for following in both of them, I guess. That's kind of cool. The only thing I'm trying to keep up
At Perpity Snip on YouTube said AA.
AA. What up, Perpity Snip? No, the only thing I'm trying to keep up right now is the surfboard. Thing keeps hitting me in the head. Tune in tonight. Will Pete get bonked on the head by another surfboard? You'll find out on the Blind Surfer Show live. Hopefully there's more excitement going on than me just getting bonked on the head, but anything for views, right? And thank you to the person that was telling me that they're like, you're an inspiration. I like your unboxing. I feel like those things are very unrelated topics. I don't know if unboxing things makes me inspirational, makes me bored. Makes me crazy, I guess, for trusting all you guys with all that stuff. But it's been in a long streak of it being good. Oh, this is gonna be, what's this gonna be? Okay, that's gonna be some stuff for me to do for a radio station in Los Angeles. And until then, oh, it's 7:32. Hold on, I was trying to activate another.
The True Platypus on Twitch said, muhahaha. I am on Twitch and will stay here. The feed is a bit delayed on YouTube.
It is. The YouTube one is slow for some reason. I don't know why. Hold on.
ABC Jenny on Twitch said, I am very impressed by how many things you have on the go. You are a remarkable man.
Oh, thank you.
At Mimic Rocky Scrolls from YouTube said there is a song called Swag Surfing. It's a good band song. The surfboard reminds me of it.
So,
At Brody Huggins J8K from YouTube said, Pete, have you ever heard of Kim Possible before?
Kim Possible isn't she from the Impossibles? And why did my robot lady or my robot voice just switched out of nowhere right there? I just got a message from Wayne. I think he might be making, are you doing a live right now too, Wayne? A couple of guys out of Boston, both living in San Diego. There's a
The
subscription.
True Platypus just subscribed.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate that. You made me pop up riding a banana with the boner noise and everything. It's very exciting. Gets me very excited to hear that one. I like the support of the subscription. The Twitch is more real time. I don't know why. I don't know why she swallowed that fly, but it's in more real time than YouTube for some reason. Not a setting that I selected. Twitch just like when I go like that, it just happened, and you're experiencing it almost in real time on Twitch. For some reason on YouTube.
At JustAnabody0 says Kim Possible is a cartoon for kids that came out way later than when you were a kid, Pete.
What was way later? than I was a kid?
BobPlay1233 says you back on the Twitch account.
All right,
At
back and forth.
Krokatisnik says, do you feel like some divine being gave you your voice?
No.
At Gabe3267 says, hey Pete, love the vids, glad to see you doing well.
Thank you. Glad
At
to be
AB
doing
Hachi
well.
says hello from Boston.
Hello from Boston.
Sideways just says I can't even stream my video game with SideLol.
Oh,
BobPlay1233 says it's more on time due to stream sniping experience.
okay. It's Streaming is I'm kind of shocked that so many people do it, because there is a lot to learn. Well, the fact that I'm on 4 platforms with text to speech voices, and I've got all sorts of music and multiple camera. I was afraid that the other camera, I'm going to press it for a second. You guys can tell me if it's dead or not. I'm trying to activate. I have that side view camera, but the thing kept overheating because it was balls hot in here this entire day. I just heard a noise. Now I'm like nervous. I heard something behind me. I was afraid the stupid surfboard was going to fall on my head again. Don't hit me in the head again. Yeah, it was so hot that camera over there kept overheating. And so, I don't know if I just showed you black screen or not. Hopefully not. But yeah, there's like so much to do, like so much to try and getting the stream to run smoothly. And then even when you do it all right, you guys all know this, you do everything right, it works on a Tuesday. I don't change anything. I just show up on Wednesday and I hit go, and like stuff's changed. Like Streamlabs updated something, or my ISP changed something, or like TikTok decided to change something. And it's like, I didn't do anything wrong, and all of a sudden it's all different. So
At AV Hutchie says third angle worked.
Oh, that's good.
At
All right.
Christian Athlete says, do you believe in God?
I don't talk about that on the stream either. Why would I talk politics or religion? Like, here's how to alienate half your audience. Let's talk politics or religion. Definitely not here to start causing any problems or any major debates. The only debate I got
The
going
Grim
on is...
husband says, I'm learning so much about streaming because of you. Getting these technical things set up.
Yeah. Oh, and that's
Play
it.
1233 says, hey Pete, the wash you hands advertisement should be wash your fins. Veteran
Well,
Platypus says, you can call me Platy. Pete, sorry for
Platy.
sending this message 1,000 times.
Oh, well,
At
you
Fan
know,
of Things 6876 says, I did work.
I did
At
work.
Merden 456 says, what was your favorite voice acting gig?
I've answered that one a lot. So the true platypus, I'll call him Platty. I gotcha. Favorite voice acting job. My favorite voice acting job is my next voice acting job.
At
Always
Slagter says,
always
Orange
grateful when someone hires me to say words out loud.
333,333,333,333.
Well, that was a
At
boring
IM
message.
250 says, how does the blind surfer packaging soap get delivered?
Through the mail.
Sideways just says lol.
By the
Mattis
United
Front says, no
States.
black screen on the side camera and things comes in 3, just saying. Petru Platypus says, meet by my sheep. I said, meet by my sheep.
Yeah. Okay, Platty. Meet by my sheep. You trying to tell me the board's gonna hit me again? Things happen in 3. I like my head's turned and I'm like, because I kept getting hit in the back of the head. I don't know what I guess I won't see it if it's coming, but I got my head turned like I'm listening. I don't want it to fall on my head again. Don't hit me again. So far, so good. Now you got me nervous saying things happen in 3s. I'm just being quiet and listening. Petey, can't you warn me? Dude, if the thing's going to fall, give me some sort of a warning. Getting tired of getting hit in the head tonight.
At Just Antibody Zero says, my guess for your favorite voice acting job is Optimus Prime, because people send your Optimus Prime stuff.
Yeah, I mean, that was
At Monkey
one of my
TZ1KK
favorites.
says, hi smiling face.
What up,
Smiling
Monkey?
face.
Monkey TZ1.
Petru Platypus says, you gotta stick it to the wall. Pete.
I know, but there's nothing
Petru
to
Platypus says, come on man.
but can you guys see it? Like there's a curtain. Like there's a curtain. I'd have to like duct tape it to the curtain or like screw through the curtain into the wall. And then how do I attach the board? I don't know, another thing to worry about. I kind of miss my old couch. My old couch was so comfortable.
The first time I ever heard your voice was in Ben 10 Omniverse.
Banana just didn't like it because when she sat in the middle, she
1233 says Tate.
fell into the crack.
King B8M says Jesus loves you.
Oh, that's good to know.
At
Somebody
Christian
loves me.
Athlete says, do you watch football?
I mean, I do. Oh, I haven't missed a Patriots game since 2000. I've watched every game since the year 2000. Because I'm always watching with Banana. I'm not seeing it. I'm not seeing the games. I did see the games in the beginning when the Tom Brady and the Patriots were winning all those championships. I got to see them all, and then my vision started to fade and got worse and worse and worse. But we watched them together, and I just I listen to the play-by-play announcer to know what's going on. It's easier when it's a home game. It's so much easier because when Drake May throws a pass and the crowd's like, yeah, then I definitely know that he's completed a pass. But when he's on the road, it really depends. It depends on where they are. May back to pass. And when you're watching on TV and you can't see the TV, But the play-by-play guy doesn't know that I can't see, and he assumes that everybody saw what happened. And like the crowd is like sometimes quiet when the Patriots complete a pass, and sometimes they're quiet when they drop it. Like they're just not. But at home, you get a much better sense. So road games, I'm always like, I'm not exactly sure what's going on. I'll have to like turn to Banana and be like, did they complete that one or not? But most of it, I get what's going on, and I understand football very, very, very well. I played the game, and like I said, I'm really, really into it. So I very much understand football and the strategy, and I just enjoy it. And the fact that I've been, following that one team for most of my life. I watched them in the 90s when Drew Bledsoe and Grogan before that was their quarterback, but I watched the entire Tom Brady era. So I'm a big, huge Patriots fan, and being there when I was there, watching them
3059 says hello, Pete.
go through that run was pretty fun.
Linda Smith says half of my life is held together with duct.
I know. I've got
Monster.
monster.
1233 says duct tape fixes all things broken.
I know. You want to know something funny? Petey's glasses, Petey the Penguin's glasses are taped to his head with black monster tape. You probably can't see it. Hopefully you can't see it. Just on the sides, there's a tiny bit of monster tape. But the problem with keeping that board up, it's a heavy board. It's heavy enough that I couldn't like tape it to the wall. I don't know, man. What's happening is the cushion's falling out from underneath it. So if I taped it to the wall, it would literally have to hold it up. I don't know. I'm just going to have to like do my whole show like this from now on. Be like, there we go. I'll keep does this look chill? Do I look like I'm totally chilling? Here, this is my new pose for the show. I'm keeping one hand on the board. And that's not going to make my arm fall asleep or anything. Just sitting there like this for the entire show. And then I got to worry how high is it in
Whiskey
here?
Business Official says I'm like a 4-hour drive from Orlando.
All right.
Bob Play 1233 says it unstuck on you left side so his glasses are slanted.
Oh no, did it? It's probably
Straw Gamer 27 says try industrial strength double-sided carpet tape.
It's probably from him getting hit in the head
Official
with
Blue Monk says dang dude.
It's probably from him.
Christian Athlete says I'm a Chargers fan. Do you think the Patriots will do good this year? Just Antibody Zero says okay. So I'm a Raptors fan. Basketball. And they broadcast a radio broadcast of the game, where they don't assume the viewer can see the game. Maybe there is a Patriots radio broadcast.
Well, there is, but I like to watch the game with
says
Banana.
I'm rewatching the original Dexter series.
Oh, that's a good series. That's a good one. I love Dexter.
Sideways just says nice job, lol.
There we go. I just fixed it.
I can do to help.
What? Why is my watch just talking to me? I guess his glasses were kind of falling off. I got hit in the head and survived. Petey got hit in the head and his glasses got knocked off, so I had to fix those. All right, so we're both getting it tonight, Petey. Like we're both taking surfboards off the head. I should have, before I fixed his glasses, I should have had mine like this too, like the two of us being like, "Wow, jeez, doing this show's kind of rough." All right, I've been here longer than I
has
said I
chat
was
only
going to,
started
'cause
reading now? It didn't really get my message earlier, but it's my first stream, so I never know how it works.
It just, when I feel like putting it up.
Says what about Dexter's Lab?
Dexter's Lab is a cartoon,
says
isn't it?
I want to buy Blind Surfer soap as a gift for a relative.
Well, then I highly.
156 says don't worry about taping the surfboard, just wear a helmet.
Yeah, that's a good one. Wear a helmet. I would highly encourage you to buy some Blind Penguin Frothing Hand Soap.
The Blind Surfer Show is brought to you by Blind Penguin Frothing Hand Soap. Order a mystery box, pump the nozzle, and see if you can determine the scent just by smell. When you're ready to know for sure, peel to reveal. Order today at blindpenguin.com.
There we go. There's my little ad for it. Go to blindpenguin.com. Very easy to order. We ship them out through, Banana and I make them right here. We ship them out through USPS, and they usually get there pretty quick. There was a couple delays due to weather in certain parts of the country, but people have been getting them in just a few days. So if you wanna get some soap, you certainly can. I'm still nervous that this stupid surfboard's gonna hit me in the head. I was gonna say, like up in this position, I got to be pretty certain that my shirt isn't pitted out, even though it's like 108 degrees in here.
True Platypus says banana boat.
Banana boat.
A Straw Gamer 27 says great promo video for the soap.
Thank you. I appreciate that. So I never even got to explain myself before everybody started yelling at me. But the other video that I did, the 15-second commercial, what's in the box? What's in the box? My plan was to shoot that.
Jenny says, do you have a dehumidifier?
I don't really need one here.
True Platypus says banana boat sunscreen definitely tastes the best out of all of the sunscreens.
Oh yeah, definitely be eating your banana boat sunscreen. That's some tasty stuff. I'm going to be reshooting the one that I created in AI, and hopefully people will enjoy it. It's going to feature Petey the Penguin at the part where the animated penguin was on the screen. Petey's going to be in there. I'm going to be in there. It's going to be a good time. A little 15-second commercial. It's my goal to film, edit, voice, mix, master, and produce my own commercial all by myself. And I'm going to be working on that over the next couple of days. And then all the people that have been screaming, like, God, just a lot of things to get hate about. The AI people can suck it when I make the actual ad. But yeah, if you want to get some Blind Penguin soap, do so at blindpenguin.com. I can't believe I made it this far tonight. The how exhausted I've been the last 3 days.
Says you really like adding things to your already busy life.
I know. That's the
Mimic
problem.
Rocky Scroll says there was another person in the UK.
Well,
Official Blue Monk says dude Pete keeps taking the chat off every time I try to explain stuff.
Well,
At
now you got it.
1153 says hell yeah.
Hell yeah. I wonder what that person was trying to explain. What are you trying to explain? At least they know that
says
I'm
for
doing
every
it.
good compliment it should cancel out 100 bad comments.
I'm like the other way. I focus on the negative for some reason. I can get like 500 positive comments, and then when someone yells at me, I'm like, I'm quitting. I hate this stuff. I don't want to do this anymore.
At
'Cause,
Anthony
like,
Master 5222 says ward.
Ward. It
At
sticks
Mimic
with
Rocky
me.
Scroll says good night Pete got to go.
Oh, well, wait. Were you the one that was trying to tell me something or explain something? I was leaving the chat up so you could tell me what you were trying to
Evelyn
tell me.
Hispin says just like my blood type be positive.
Be
At
positive.
Dragons00M1 says hi.
I'm leaving the chat up if you got something you want to
says
tell
I
me.
got pain in the base of my skull from looking up a lot today.
You don't want that. Don't look up. Just tilt your entire body. That way you won't hurt the base of your skull. Now I'm curious what that person was
At
trying
Maddie
to tell me.
Primax says I subscribed.
Thank you. I appreciate that. On Twitch?
At Jenny says I saw your comment about wanting to stop streaming.
Well, I do sometimes. Sometimes people like make me just like go crazy about it. Like it wears on me after a while. Like I try to
At
do this
Jenny
for
says
fun.
that would be really upsetting. We wait for your streams. At Official
Well,
Blue Monk
I
says it's
appreciate
just that I can finally join a stream now. I'm in Florida on a trip. They're normally at 2 a.m. in the UK.
Oh,
Petru
all
Platypus
right.
says I'll just rotate 90 degrees. Look up that way.
There you go. That works.
At Mimic
Well,
Rocky Scroll says nah, that was Anther Guy. Good night.
Okay. All right.
At
Good night.
Official
Have a good
Blue
night.
Monk says it's me.
Oh, no. Forever, the person that's in Florida from the UK, I do the Thursday and Friday morning show. It starts at 6 o'clock here, and you guys are 8 hours ahead, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So it starts like 2 o'clock in the afternoon for you guys. So you can catch me on Thursday and Friday. Although this Thursday, I might not be able to do my show. I'll have to give you some more information tomorrow. But I extended the working hours of my voiceover day for a client that may or may not need to use me at 6 o'clock in the morning, my time. So I might have to do some actual real work on Thursday. So I won't be able to be here, but I'll be back tomorrow night with Brooks and Banana. And then I'll definitely do the Friday one. Although we're having some electrical work done in the house on Friday. So I might be on for a little while. And if you guys enjoyed watching me get hit in the head tonight with the surfboard, you might really enjoy it when all the electrical starts going crazy on Friday. We'll see how that goes. I feel like I want to give myself a
7:47 p.m.
pat on the back for surviving this. I've been dead tired. And maybe it's because I was doing too many
At Brody
shows.
Huggins
But
J8K says hey Pete, ever heard of the Loud House?
no, I don't think I have.
At Atlantis Gold 20 says hello Mr. Pete.
What up, Atlantis Gold? What's going on? How you doing? I didn't think I'd be able to go more than an hour tonight because
Vetru
you know-
Platypus says gosh the message got cut off. I'm gonna just
Sorry.
repeat it lol.
Okay.
Vetru
Well, what is
Platypus
it?
says what time is it for you? Pete, it's almost 11 p.m. here in Philly.
Oh,
At Jenny says have you been in your
7:48.
pool?
I was in my
Husband
pool.
says PG sidekick had a dream about you.
Great.
Mattis Brun
And
says
instead, sorry, Matei. Yeah, yesterday, instead of doing my workout, I was so tired yesterday. I just went and got in the pool and just like sat there with my head on a floaty. I was like, Gah. I didn't know Platty was in Philadelphia. I do a ton of work. I was saying the other day, I do a ton of work for the Philadelphia Eagles. If you're a fan of the Eagles, I'm getting hired to do a bunch of commercials that run during Eagles games, and I do that every year. But every year they reach back out to me. I think I do all the commercials for Rothman Orthopedics in Philadelphia that run during the Eagles games. Let's see. I want to put the Pete voice back up. It is definitely not an instantaneous thing, but I
The true platypus on Twitch said, "Football America, God bless Kaka."
God bless Kaka. So you're not a fan of football.
A Nerdin456 on YouTube said, "Your positivity is more infectious than you know." Don't let one bad comment take that energy away from you.
I
Like I said,
try.
you're an inspiration.
Well, thank you. I mean,
The blind husband on Twitch said, if you're not a Patriot fan, you're not a Patriot.
that's true. Hard not to have been one.
And Just a Nobody Zero on YouTube said, add official Blue Monk. Pete only started doing morning streams recently as far as I know. I'm used to his streams usually being late at night, Eastern time zone.
Yeah, it's pretty late for you guys.
The true. Platypus on Twitch said the Eagles are the best.
Oh, okay, you do like the Eagles. All right, so if you catch them on the radio, you will definitely hear my voice. And I work for a company called
The blind husband on Twitch said, I wake up early just for his streams before my 11-hour workday.
Oh, that's you got a long-ass workday yourself over there. I work for a company called Sports USA, and every weekend they do 2 NFL games of the week, and I do all the voiceovers for those. So if you're hearing like an out-of-market game on the radio in your city, town, village, wherever you happen to live, you're probably going to be hearing my voice. I do a lot of work for the NFL, so thank goodness for American football. They help keep me. They help keep the lights on here in this little show thing that I'm doing. So, all right, I do need to eat some food. My stomach is growling at me, and I was thinking about grabbing a whatchamacallit, but that doesn't count as a good dinner. So let me put this lady back on. Then let me press back over here. Then I'll press my, there we go, my outro music. But I will be back tomorrow. I'll be back with Brooks. I'll be back with Banana. Thursday, I'll keep you updated, but I don't think I'm going to be able to do the Thursday morning show. I will be right here. Well, I'll be like right there, like 5 feet away, doing voiceovers, but I won't be able to be with you guys on Thursday. I'll be back on Friday. So tomorrow, we'll do one day at a time. Tomorrow, 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, I'll be here with Brooks. If he's feeling better, he's been sick too. We've all been getting our asses handed
Official
to
Blue
us.
Monk says, that's useful to know. I usually get the notifications and get excited, but it's just saying a stream is scheduled, and it'll be at 2 or 3 a.m. So glad I'm here.
I'm glad you could make
The
it
Glyn
too.
husband says, yeah, where you been?
Yeah, where you been?
Jenny says, bye Pete, see you tomorrow.
Bye, Jenny. See you tomorrow.
Platypus says, Sia P.
See you, Platty.
Jenny says, bye Sarah.
Bye, Sarah.
Walfat Jorn says, was working a lot, have a good night. Pete.
Thank you. Everybody enjoy your evening.
Body Zero says, have a good night, Pete and chat.
You too.
True Platypus says, remember, Platy loves you. Platy out.
Thanks, Platty.
Starfire 8742 says, have a good one, Pete. Glyn husband says, have a great night. Bye. Jenny says, bye everyone. Nerdin456 says, bye, thanks for the stream.